From hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cancel Road or do your shopping online at KaufmanLumber.com.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Monica Reiners or Agent Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Skies become mostly clear for Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s. Expected southwesterly winds, a little breezy at times, 15 to 20 mile-an-hour gusts are possible. That elevated risk for wildfire danger continues for Wednesday. Continue to practice your wildfire safety precautions. Mostly clear skies overnight with temperatures dropping to the low 60s into Thursday morning. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Hey folks, this is Mitch Ward, proudly serving the great state of Arkansas with Red River Auto Group for over 20 years. We started as Arkansas's #1 Ram Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealer, but we've also got Ford and Toyota. And I like to think we've got the largest discounts than anybody in the state. But folks, really, if you bring us any reasonable deal right now, we're going to try to put something together. If that means us giving a little too much for your trade or selling ours for just a little too cheap or fighting for the best rate, we're going to make it happen. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available in Arkansas. With FanDuel, you can get in on college hoops action any night of the week because Oaklawn Sports, powered by FanDuel, has all your favorite college basketball bets from points to rebounds to which team you think is going to win. Plus, you can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. And for a limited time, new Arkansas customers get started with $300 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So just visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started with $300 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. Play your game with FanDuel, now available in Arkansas. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all the top brands, specializing in unique custom lifted and leveled used trucks, including four-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto always pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3AutoSales.com.
The Buzz.
With my accountant lips, in fact I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good, won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too petty once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down, we playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem, you just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke.
Coverage of the NCAA Sweet 16 in San Jose on the Buzz is brought to you by First Security. First Security Bank. Bank better. Bet Saracen. Bet Saracen is the leader in sports betting in Arkansas. Make sure you have the Bet Saracen app downloaded on your mobile device. Bet with Bet Saracen and start winning today. AR Scholarship Lottery, brought to you by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is winning. Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas. Sunstar Insurance, shining bright across Arkansas as one of the fastest growing insurance agencies in the natural state. Kaufman by Design West. Count on Kaufman. Count on service, satisfaction, and always savings. Bale Chevrolet. Come see us at Bale Chevrolet, proudly serving Arkansas since 1912. Shop Bale Chevy and BaleChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive. Now let's head to San Jose and join Trey Schapp.
Welcome in Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, and we start talking to Trey Schapp, live from San Jose. What's up, Trey?
What's up, Freak? How are you and Trip?
We're doing good.
up, Trey?
We're a day closer to Arkansas tipping off against Arizona, so we're getting ready for it. How's everything that way?
Pretty good. So they are practicing today, and Texas was on the floor a little earlier, getting their practice in here inside of the SAP Center. The Razorbacks will hit the floor at 1:55 your time, so 11:55 out here is when they get to get on the floor. The first 15 minutes are open to the media, so we'll be able to get some video of them working out. Obviously, the big question is Nick Pringle. Will he be able to play in the game tomorrow? So hopefully we'll find that out as soon as they hit the floor, what he's doing. If he's standing on the side with Ronnie Brewer like he did last week in Portland, it's not a good sign. If he's going up and down the court with the rest of the guys, then it's a better sign that he's probably going to play tomorrow. So we'll have to wait and see.
So even for that second game, prepping for the second game, Nick Pringle was still off to the side?
Well, so we didn't get to see the Friday practices in between the two games in Portland, but in pregame warmups on Saturday, he was not doing a lot of work. He was doing some shuffle drills and things like that with trainer Matt Townsend right there next to him, but he was not doing a whole lot of work with the rest of the team. He wasn't in the layup line, so to say.
So what time does Arizona take the floor? Will you go check out some of their availability?
Oh, yeah. So they hit the floor at 3:45 today. So that is, 5:45 back there. 3:45 to 5:30 is their practice time on the floor. And, of course, we get the first 15 minutes of that. So right up until 6 o'clock Central is when we'll be able to watch Arizona. They're on the podium before that. So unlike Arkansas, where they're going to practice first and then go do their media responsibilities, Arizona will do their media responsibilities before they hit the practice floor.
What was yesterday like for I'm not sure what the timeline was as far as you getting there and when the team actually got there. What was the timeline there? Because they did some travel from Sac to San Jose.
Yeah, so they bust down from Sacramento, got in yesterday afternoon sometime. I actually took an early flight out of Little Rock yesterday because it was the cheapest one I could find. When we have to book, on short notice. And so I got here pretty early. I flew into San Francisco, a little bit cheaper to fly into San Francisco than San Jose. And so I got here a little before 11 o'clock yesterday and then came on down.
Trey,
but the team bust from Sacramento.
It must be the time of the year or whenever you catch those rates, because I've actually done the opposite where I looked at flights going into San Fran, San Jose, and I actually had a cheaper flight directly into San Jose. So I guess it could go either way.
I think it can. I think everybody knows that San Jose was hosting the NCAA Sweet 16 and regional final on Saturday, and so that's why the prices were sky high. Plus, it's also spring break travel right now, too.
Absolutely. Okay, apologize there, but you were saying about the team busing down from Sac.
Yeah, so they flew into Sacramento on Sunday from Portland and then went to a Kings game. Coach Cal and Kenny Payne were sitting courtside at that Kings game. I did see that Matt Zimmerman was up in the rafters. I'm going to have to ask him about that today at some point. And, then they stayed up there a couple of days, worked out at the Kings practice facility, and then bust down here today. And I'm not sure that they're going to work out anywhere else except for here at the SAP Center, because the fact that they only allow the media in for 15 minutes and then they close it off. And so they can get the work that they need done, I would think, inside here and not have to get on the bus and go somewhere else, maybe to San Jose State to practice, or even up to Palo Alto if they were to use Stanford's practice facility up there. There are plenty of places that they could go if they wanted to. I just don't think they need to.
So going into this matchup, Arkansas is playing the 1 seed Arizona. A lot of people have it as a favorite, especially with the teams that are left in the tournament, and favored over Arkansas. Last on Bet Saracen by about 7.5, 8. It's kind of gone back and forth. And so just on this matchup, what are your thoughts overall?
Well, I think it's going to be a tough matchup. I would like to have Carter Knox and Nick Pringle available if you're Arkansas, and then I would probably say that, okay, I can see Arkansas winning this game. I still can see Arkansas winning the game. The only problem is things have to go right. They have to shoot the ball well from the outside. If they can make 3-pointers and let's say it's more of a Trevor Brazile hitting a 3-pointer than just Malik Thomas and Darius Acuff. And if Billy Richmond can hit some 3-pointers, I think that stretches Arizona's defense out. They might have to bring some of their bigs out on the floor, especially if you go with the DJ Wagner in place of Malik Ewing and have Trevor Brazile out. If he's hitting 3-pointers, that's going to bring Arizona's bigs out to guard the perimeter, and that can open up some driving lanes for Darius Acuff, Billy Richmond III. So everything has to go well. I think if you can get Arizona in foul trouble, then I think Arkansas has a chance to win the game. They have to stay out of foul trouble, though, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. It goes on both sides. What do you think the best way for Arkansas to get them in foul trouble? Because teams are playing smarter basketball, and they're not. And now you do see mistakes being made. But we talked to Coach Z about this yesterday, about fouling on the perimeter and fouling so far away from the basket. So how do you think the best way for Arkansas to get them in foul trouble would be?
Well, I think if Darius and Malik and Billy, if your guards can penetrate and get to the hoop and don't back down when you go up against a big guy, you're probably going to get some of your shots blocked, but that's okay. But if you can go strong to the basket and make them come over, that's when I think you have opportunities to get fouls drawn against them. I've seen in games, Joe and Tripp, and maybe this goes back a couple of years, but when players are tentative to go in against a guy that is bigger, longer than them, when they're going to the basket, I think that kind of sets them up for not being able to make the shot because they're worried about the big guy blocking their shot, as opposed to just go strong to the basket, draw the foul, draw the contact, and get to the free throw line. I think if Arkansas can do that tomorrow, they might have a chance to win the game.
And talking about those bigs also, we know that that's Arizona's advantage on paper. And then Arkansas maybe has a little bit of advantage with guard play, or maybe it's a toss-up there. But looking at those bigs, how vital with Trevor Brazile and Malik Ewing, we know that both of those guys have played quite a bit better here lately. How vital are they to this matchup?
I think they're really key. I think they're important. If they can run the floor, get back, if they can run the floor, if Arkansas can get into a transition game, get them going up and down the floor, if they have their legs, I think that's important. If this game gets into the 80s, into the 90s, I like Arkansas's chances because that means they're hitting their shots. Arizona in their 2 losses, they gave up, I believe, 82 to Kansas and 78 to Texas Tech in their 2 losses. So if Arkansas can get the offensive output to where they're putting that many points on the board, I think they've got a chance to win the basketball game. And I think, too, maybe in the second half, we saw Utah State do it. They started pressing Arizona a lot in the second half to try and get from might have been an 18-point deficit, 16-point deficit. They made it single digits. I think they got it as close as 6 at one time. So let's say Arkansas is down 12, 10. They start pressing, and they're able to turn Arizona over and get some easy shots to try and get back into the game. Then I think that could be a recipe for success.
Billy Richmond, what he brings to the table on both ends of the court, and he's probably known more so for his defensive game, but we've seen how capable he can be on that offensive end when he had that stretch of games scoring so many points, over 20 in 5 games in a row. And it doesn't have to be to that degree, but we know that he's somebody that can do it on both ends of the floor too. And so getting Billy Richmond going on that offensive end could be key, but his defense probably in this game is going to be something that would be a difference maker.
I think he can lock down most anybody. And so, yeah, you're right. The fact that his defensive prowess, I think, is a key for Arkansas having success against Arizona. Hopefully he's able to do that. You saw what he did down the stretch against High Point, had a couple of steals, a block shot. So, yeah, and I think the more that Arkansas guys can get out and run on Arizona, look, they're rested. They didn't fly back to Fayetteville. They're rested. A short flight from Portland to Sacramento, get off their legs, go watch a little basketball, a light workout Monday, light workout yesterday. This team is rested. They should be ready to go tomorrow at 8:45.
Trey, did you say that Purdue has already taken the floor also? I know you said Texas was practicing. Okay, so Purdue hasn't practiced yet.
Purdue goes after Arkansas. So Purdue's on the floor from 1:50 to 3:35 today.
Okay, so you're going to catch them also?
Well, that 1:50 to 2:20 time is when we're in the Arkansas locker room. So probably won't get Purdue on the floor. We'll have to just rely on some of the others that are out here covering the Boilermakers to see what they look like. But yeah, when Purdue's on the floor, we'll be getting the Razorbacks in the locker room, and they'll be on the podium.
What'd you see from Texas maybe in some limited time when they were on the floor? Maybe some advanced scouting there if both teams were able to advance, because we're talking about conference rivals in Arkansas, Texas.
Yeah, well, they were split up on both ends of the court, getting some shots up, free throws at times. And then once it got down to about a minute left, Sean Miller grabbed his team, put them all on the baseline. They started doing some drills. They were running full court ball handling drills, just typical stuff that you see teams do this time of the season. Not a lot of physical work, but more mental preparation as well. And still going through the fundamentals of dribbling, shooting, pull-up shooting, coming off of screens, going off a flare screen, coming off a back screen. Ball screens, just different types of skeleton work that coaches like to do this time of year with their teams. And Tremont Mark, former Razorback, former Houston Cougar, he's been on the big stage before, so he's no stranger to this. And he's trying to lead Texas to an Elite Eight and make a run from the first four. I mean, you realize, guys, this time last week, Texas had just flown into Portland, Oregon, early in the morning after beating NC State in Dayton, and now here they are in San Jose in the Sweet 16. And if they win, and if Arkansas wins, oh man, you remember the days of Reunion Arena, late 80s, early 90s, and Southwest Conference and Arkansas, Texas. I mean, would that not be something if both of these teams won tomorrow and then met for the right to go to Indianapolis in the Final Four, and Arkansas beats Texas by like 15 points?
Hey, we can only dream. And first of all,
it may not be a dream too long though, Freak. If they both win, there's that opportunity.
That's first things first. They both have to win the matchup in the game in front of them to get to that matchup. But yeah, I think I picked Texas on my bracket to win a couple of games, so it was first four and then the next game, but I don't think I had them advancing past there. I would have to look for sure. Yeah, I don't think I had them beating Purdue, but I don't know if there's a lot of.
Did you have Will Wade coaching his last game as head coach of North Carolina State against Texas, and then his next game coaching would be the head coach at LSU again?
No, did not have that. And also, speaking of that, with the move with Hubert Davis, someone on Middleton Heaton text line, they're asking about Todd Golden. Now, he's someone who's a year removed from a national championship, and they're asking, what do you think about Todd Golden possibly going to
got a huge
UNC?
Buyout. He could. He's got a big buyout, though. Well, I believe I can't remember the number I saw. I want to say it's around $30 million, but I'm not sure about that. But,
that is big.
I think UNC could find the money, though.
Oh, they absolutely would, and that's the deal here, that they found the money to dismiss Hubert Davis to begin with, and so with the next coach coming in, it's going to be more of the same. You're going to have to find a certain amount of money to pay that coach, filter some money into the program and some NIL deals and get the players
gotta have
there.
NIL.
Yeah. So yeah, the fact that they decided to make this move at this point, that money's not the problem with them. They're ready to get back to the level that they're used to, not only getting into NCAA tournaments, winning games, and playing for championships if you're able to advance in that NCAA tournament.
Yeah, no doubt. Got to have the money. Big business.
So, Troy, what do you expect from Arkansas? You kind of laid out what practice would be like there, where it's a little more like a walkthrough. Is that kind of what it was last week?
Yeah, so they don't do anything of significance really when it comes to game planning, going through a scout of Arizona, working on that stuff while it's wide open to the public, because they want to keep that in-house. They want to keep that tight knit to okay, here's what we're going to try and do if they do this. If they go to a zone, here's what we're going to try and do. And I think High Point, when they went to the 1-3-1 last Saturday against Arkansas, I noticed Acuff just backed up a little bit. He gave a little hand signal, and then Arkansas ran their place. So they were well prepared on what to do with what High Point threw at them. I think Arkansas is going to be well prepared no matter what the Wildcats try to throw at them tomorrow in the game. I think they're going to be prepared, and they'll know what exactly to do.
Yeah, the rotation here is probably going to be the biggest deal. Now, we've seen Arkansas play well with a smaller rotation, but if you do have players that are available to you, that's just going to increase some chances of playing well and giving some rest to players at times and just being more of a complete team, the more bodies that are available.
No doubt. If Pringle can give you 7 minutes, 10 minutes, I mean, that's 5 fouls that he can give. That's minutes that you don't put on Trevor Brazile, Malik Ewan. If you can rotate him in and he can give you some solid minutes, and, hey, he might be able to pick up a foul or two on Arizona. So I think that is if he's able to go, then I think that's a blessing for the Razorbacks.
Trey, we're going to talk to you again tomorrow, but after practice and getting some sound, what's on hand for the rest of the day?
Well, so we'll put some videos up. I know that I talked to Amir Brown last Saturday after the game because I've handed him the mic, and he's done some reporting in the locker room the last couple of times, and we put that out. And I said, hey, we're going to be there Wednesday. You got who you going to get Wednesday? So we're going to see who new Buzz reporter Amir Brown decides to talk to. Probably going to talk to Coach Z when we get a chance today, hopefully, and just, follow the social media content. We'll put that out. I know Randy will have some sound on Drive Time Sports because we'll be able to have that back in studio, and hopefully he gets that chopped up, and then we'll have it all for you tomorrow as well as we lead up to Arkansas and Arizona.
Now, Amir, his first and probably every time, as long as they advance, he has to talk to Malik Thomas first, right?
And he didn't last week. Last week he talked to Billy Richmond III first, and then he talked to Nick Pringle. But I kind of said, hey, maybe it's time to get your boy Malik. And so we'll see if that's who he wants to go after today. We'll chop it up with those two and see what happens.
How about you, Trey? Getting in there yesterday, what was yesterday like for you and last night?
Well, so actually, Joe, knowing that I had an early flight and yesterday afternoon, pretty much do whatever instead of sightsee, I went and played a little golf. So I brought the golf clubs out with me and went and played a nice course on the other side of the mountain, an Alistair McKenzie designed Pasatiempo. And so it's one of the ones that a lot of people would like to play, and I had the fortunate availability to and the ability to get on and play it yesterday. So it was quite nice, and then got back to the hotel, took a shower, and ate dinner downstairs.
Trey, you know what? That doesn't surprise any of us. And you're in a great place to get some golf in, so hopefully you're able to spend some more time there with a win. And then maybe you get some more.
But there won't be any more golf. If they win, there's no more golf because it's work, work, work. I don't see how I can slip it in. I'm just not going to be able to.
I hear you. Well, we'll talk to you tomorrow, Trey, and we appreciate it. And always good to have you on. We'll talk to you soon.
Appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a good one.
Trey Schapp coming to us live from San Jose and getting us the latest there on Arkansas.
Coverage of the NCAA Sweet 16 in San Jose on the Buzz is brought to you by First Security. First Security Bank. Bank better. Bet Saracen. Bet Saracen is the leader in sports betting in Arkansas. Make sure you have the Bet Saracen app downloaded on your mobile device. Bet with Bet Saracen and start winning today. AR Scholarship Lottery. Brought to you by the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery. This is winning. Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas. Sunstar Insurance, shining bright across Arkansas as one of the fastest growing insurance agencies in the natural state. Kaufman by Design West. Count on Kaufman. Count on service, satisfaction, and always savings. Bale Chevrolet. Come see us at Bale Chevrolet, proudly serving Arkansas since 1912. Shop Bale Chevy and BaleChevrolet.com today. Together, let's drive.
Carson Brumbaugh joins the zone each week courtesy of Pinnacle Parties, bounce houses, tents, tables, and everything in between. Take your party to the Pinnacle. Find them online at pinnacleparties.com.
This is SportsCenter.
The number 9 Arkansas softball team used a 5-run fourth inning to break open Tuesday's game against Central Arkansas, winning 11-2 in 6 innings in Conway. Dakota Kennedy's 2-run home run highlighted that fourth inning for the Razorbacks, who scored 4 more runs in the 6th inning thanks to an Ella McDowell solo home run, RBI double from Tiana Bell, and a 2-run double from Natalia Rio. Up next for the Razorbacks, a series against the Florida Gators in Fayetteville that starts Friday night on ESPN2. The Bears will host Austin Peay for a 3-game weekend series starting Friday. Moving to golf, Gerardo Gomez fired a 7-under 64 Tuesday. He helped the Arkansas men's golf team finish 4th at the Valspar Collegiate Invitational. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Tune in each week to Out of Bounds to hear from Lone Oak Steel Eaves. Omaha is the goal, and we're looking for a great season. Steel Eaves is brought to you by Stephen Elmore with Shelter Insurance. For auto, home, life, or business insurance, see Shelter Agent Stephen Elmore or give him a call at 501-537-0959.
Crawfish season is here at Eat My Catfish. And we've got crawfish at all locations. Get your boil fix today with any of our boiling buckets of crawfish, crab legs, and shrimp. Come see us or order online at eatmycatfish.com.
Hi, I'm Hunter Bale with Bale Chevrolet. For over 110 years, Bale has been doing things the right way right here in Arkansas. That means a huge selection of new and pre-owned vehicles online at BaleChevy.com and on the lot.
Like the 2026 Chevy Silverado Custom. Right now, get 0 down and just $578 per month during Chevy Truck Month.
Come see us on Chenal Parkway or shop anytime at BaleChevrolet.com. It really is better at Bale. Together, let's drive.
84 months at 5.9% with approved credit.
It's March Madness at Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, and the deals are a total slam dunk. Score big on all kinds of flooring, butcher block countertops, shingles, sinks and faucets, bathroom vanities, ceiling fans, and so much more. Whether you're remodeling your kitchen, updating your bathroom, or tackling a full home project, Natural State Wholesale has the inventory and the prices to win the game. Don't miss the madness. These deals won't last forever. Head to Natural State Wholesale, The Warehouse, where contractors and homeowners both come to score big.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-382-9100. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-382-9100. That's 501-382-9100.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices, like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Ray Tucker with good news for enthusiasts of Triumph motorcycles. Honda of North Little Rock now carries the legendary classics and cutting-edge rides. We have the Bonneville Bobber, Daytona 600, the TF450X, the Stunning Ever Special Edition, and the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. You get the idea. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Wes Moore. I'm here for my friends at TruService Community Federal Credit Union. Are bills piling up? Are you ready to save some money this year?
Well, my friends at TruService Community Federal Credit Union are helping families all across Arkansas, and it all starts with better rates and real guidance. Let them help you reduce your financial stress. When you become a member with TruService and open a checking and savings account, you get access to low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest credit cards in the nation. That's perfect for paying down high-interest debt just in time for spring break. Maybe it's a new car. Maybe it's a new car with great interest rates. TruService may be able to help lower your interest rate and payment on your current auto loan. They may be able to reduce the term of it, too. It's worth a shot. Linda Jeffries and Allie Gonzalez can walk you through the process. If it's a new mortgage, auto loan, auto refinancing, home equity loan, or just starting a savings account, TruService, here for you, here for the community.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
There used to be a graying tower alone on the sea. You became the light on the dark side of me. Love remains a drug that's high and not the pill. But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can't be seen?
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, live from TruService Credit Union Studio. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter. NCAA tournament, Arkansas's in Sweet 16 now, taking on Arizona. Let's take a look at that latest line according to Bet Saracen. It went back and forth, 7.5, 8 yesterday, and now we'll see where it currently stands. You wouldn't expect a lot of movement from where it has been, but sometimes you see some money shift, and it changes that line. So we'll check out the latest here. It is still Arizona's favored by 7.5, and over/under 166.5. Arkansas is 300. If you want to take Arkansas, money line them, try to win some big money there, that's the way to go. They're on Bet Saracen. They have the latest lines there with some of the other matchups. Texas-Purdue. Purdue is favored by 7. Nebraska favored by 2.5 over Iowa. Nebraska's a 4 seed, Iowa 9 seed. Should be a really good game there. And Illinois-Houston. Houston is a 3-point favorite. Duke, 6.5-point favorite over St. John. So those are the latest lines from some of the up-and-coming games. Even have the Friday games. Alabama, Michigan. Michigan's favored by 9.5 over Alabama. UConn, 2 over Michigan State. And Iowa State, 4-point favorite over Tennessee. So there it is from Bet Saracen. Kind of in a bind here as far as personal bracket, and not in a bind with feelings or anything, but picked Arizona to win it all. But they're playing Arkansas here, so it's one of those situations where love to be wrong. And the bracket, it doesn't matter at all at this point. Want Arkansas to win, advance, and keep the dream alive there for winning the national championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm kind of on a different side of the bracket than you are, because I did 2 brackets from ESPN's Tournament Challenge. I only did 2 of them. Normally I'll do like 10. Yeah, like a dozen or something.
Do you really? So
sometimes.
So what goes into picking so many brackets? Like, some people have the one that they really like, and then they have alternative brackets. For you, what goes into choosing so many brackets?
Because it's March and you never know who's gonna beat who. That's the main thing. And sometimes I try to like predict those big time upsets. Like, for example, in my best out of the 2 brackets, I picked Arkansas and High Point to play each other. I kind of expected High Point to be one of those Cinderella stories to go through the tournament. Now, the common thing with both brackets is, guess who I had picked to win the national championship?
Arizona?
No.
Duke?
No. They're no longer playing.
Oh, Florida.
Yeah. I picked Florida to go back-to-back.
Yeah.
And I'm very happy that I was wrong.
There goes your $1 million trip.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well.
See, that's where I thought you were going to go, though, as far as filling out so many brackets. It's giving you a chance at the big money in the end, the big prizes. I think that may be why a lot of people do so many.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're doing it for the money or for the prizes in the end.
I like to just try and guess because we just look through the bracket. There's so many, like every year there's at least one school you've never heard of, right? So you wanna go through and kind of guess like, hey, are they gonna make a big run? Are they gonna make a big tournament run? Because we've seen some teams that just go straight through the tournament and even make the Final Four sometimes during their Cinderella run. Right now, I guess the only team that's still alive in the tournament that's a Cinderella, weirdly enough, would be Nebraska because they never won a tournament game until this year. And now here they are in the Sweet 16. That's a team that I'm kind of silently pulling for and hoping does well here on out because they've never had this kind of success in the tournament.
This year seems a little bit different from maybe the past 3 years because at some point during the tournament run, let's go back 3 years, and we're looking at it, and everyone's saying, okay, UConn is going to run away with this thing. And they did. UConn comes back a second year, defending champs, and you know that, or you feel like maybe at some point they're going to hit their stride. They do once again. Then at some point last year, Florida was really playing some good ball, and it kind of lined up where you could see Florida was going to be that team to beat, and they ended up winning. This year, and it's only passed a couple of rounds, so we're in the Sweet 16, but it seems a lot more wide open as far as where that champ could come from, and especially when you look at that East region, so many quality teams there. So you could see any one of those 4 teams emerging from that region and going on to win the championship, but also the other regions that are still alive, you could see a champ coming from any of them.
Yeah, and I'm looking at my bracket again now. I'm very happy that I was correct about the East region. I was correct about Duke and St. John's playing in the Sweet 16, same with Michigan State playing UConn. So I guess I got a little bit lucky there. I'm not going to make any kind of, $1 million or any kind of prize from that.
You mean just going 1, 2, 3, 5? Like
kind of, yeah. I just look at some teams. I'm like, okay, who have I seen this season? Who have I not watched at all this year?
Yeah.
And normally, if it's one team who I've either never heard of or haven't watched at all, I'm going to just randomly pick, okay, they're going to go crazy. Now, St. John's is a bit of a different story because we saw them play Arkansas last year in the tournament. It was Coach Cal versus Coach Patino, and that was a crazy fun game. Michigan State kind of expected them too because remember, the Hogs played them, it was still like early in the season, right? It was in November when they played. So those games you kind of expect. But like I said, I would never have guessed Iowa playing Nebraska at all in the South region.
When you look at these regions, look at Midwest. So you have a 1, 2, and a 4, and then you have Tennessee as the 6. Tennessee beats the 3 seed. So that's not too out of range for what could possibly happen there. You could see 6s beating 3 seeds. Look at the West. You have 1, 2, and you have a 4 in Arkansas, but then the bigger surprise there maybe is Texas. Texas as an 11 seed, and usually in that spot you're going to see a 3 seed or maybe a 6 seed, but Texas as the 11, they beat the 3 and they beat the 6 seed, so got a bit of a surprise there. South, you have 2, 3, 4, and then you have Iowa at a 9 seed, and the 9 seed knocks off the 1 seed in Florida. Only 1 seed that's lost so far. And then East has pretty much been the one that's stuck to form as a whole when you're talking about a 1, 2, 3, and a 5 because 5-4, that matchup can go either way. So it's just when you look at the regions, you're getting a lot of the top seeds, and then you may have one outlier, one upset that's there.
Right. And I'm kind of glad I'm not one of those guys who fills out his bracket and has all 4 in the Final Four being a 1 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, 1 seed, because you never know, really. I'm kind of hoping that we don't get that this year. I'm really, I'm wearing my Razorback red right now. I'm super biased. You know this, Joe. I'm really hoping that we get a victory tomorrow night, so I would like to knock off a 1 seed. But, I mean, hey, I've watched a bit of Arizona this year. I really thought that they were going to go, undefeated. Would be one of the first teams, and I couldn't even tell you the last time a college basketball team went undefeated. It's been a long, long time, but I thought they had a chance to do so.
They have the best record.
They do.
By far, with only the 2 losses. Michigan has 3 losses. Duke, Michigan, and Arizona. They're in that 2-3 loss range, so the 3 of them, and that's why they're where they are. They're all 1 seeds.
And here we are as Arkansas. we had a bit of a tough stretch in the regular season, honestly. And like I said, we've played a couple of these teams before. What I like about Coach Cal is he's not afraid to play against these tournament talent teams. Like I mentioned just a minute ago, we played Michigan early in the season. We played Duke too this year as well.
So what it is Arkansas played every team that was in the Elite Eight last year.
Yeah.
So that's how you kind of want to build your schedule, especially if you're confident in the talent you have on your team, but also to put your team through some tests and put them against the best competition out there to get them prepared for this time of year. And this is what you want from your team tournament play. You want them to be prepared for this moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach Frank Broyles always had this saying called "Make them remember November." Well, the way he said it, remember November. Well, I guess in this case, Coach Cal, he really knows how to make the fans and make the alumni remember March. It doesn't really roll off the tongue as well as Coach Broyles had it. But I really like what Coach Cal's been doing for us. I like that he shut up a bunch of the Kentucky fans as well because they thought that we weren't going to have much success at the University of Arkansas with them. And, well, I mean, look at it now. Who's playing in the Sweet 16 and who's not?
It was a good time to make the split, though.
It was.
For both parties.
Mm-hmm.
It kind of wore out the welcome, and it was time to move on. Now, of course, they're going to be monitoring Arkansas and see how that goes because were at a point where they hit a ceiling, or they felt like the program hit a ceiling with Cal. After having a lot of success, they felt like it wasn't going to go any higher and that they were going to get back to winning a championship. And so that's why they monitor closely because they think Cal is past his prime.
Right.
And he can't win big games. He can't get it done anymore. And that's why you hear some of those comments come through. But it is funny to hear some of it, but it's expected. It's what you expected from them.
Because, I mean, when he was at Kentucky, Coach Cal had a lot of first-round exits. He had a lot of second-round exits. He had a very tough time making it to at least the Elite Eight or the Final Four. Granted, he did win a national championship one year, but I think that expectation built up with all the Kentucky fans. And now with him moving over here to Arkansas, he kind of had a different Cal effect with it because now Arkansas is one of the most watched college basketball programs in the nation because of the talent that Coach Cal has brought in, because of his recruiting and because of his coaching, and also because he's just not afraid to play like you mentioned. Arkansas played every single team who played in last year's Elite Eight, and I think that does a big effect on why so many eyes are on Arkansas now.
Yeah, and then Kentucky fans, I mean, they can say what they want, and they tried to build it up last year with Mark Pope when they were having a lot of success and winning games, but he wasn't the guy that they wanted from the beginning. And so you have to kind of transition as you go down that list of coaching hires or the search. You start at the top, the guy that everyone wants, that's kind of a dream that's out there. And then as they work through that list, they try to play it like, oh, well, Mark Pope, he's one of us. He's a guy, he's a Kentucky guy. We wanted him all along when they didn't necessarily want him all along.
Now, that is pretty cool, though, to have a former player who won a national championship with that school to come back and be the head coach. And by no means am I saying he's a bad coach, though. I mean, shoot, I watched him in person beat Arkansas this season at Bud Walton Arena. He's a pretty fun coach to watch. However, when he plays against the Cardinal and White, it's all Woo Pig, baby. Nothing personal. It's just business.
Always. We're going to come back with more of Out of Bounds here on the other side of the break. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter. Stay tuned.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at bathfitterlittlerock.com and tell them Basil sent you. Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russell is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Baquasil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is also a proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture, Climate Tough Materials, Color Stay Technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Arkansas, your moment has arrived. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino, is officially live in your state. Now you can make every matchup even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, player props, and more, all from your phone. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. And to get things started, new Arkansas customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, just non-stop action. Powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 1037TheBuzz. New Arkansas customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 1037TheBuzz. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino. Gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700. 21 and over. Arkansas only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Hi, this is Randy Allison with Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas, and life is full of surprises. Your insurance shouldn't be one of them, though. With 14 agencies and 120 employees across the state, our Sunstar family is here to provide protection you can trust and service you deserve. At Sunstar, you'll work with real people who care about you and your community. Whether it's your auto, your home, your life, or your business insurance, our agents take the time to find coverage that gives you true peace of mind. Sunstar Insurance, covering more of Arkansas than any other independent insurance group in the natural state.
It's Justin Acree for Coffin by Design West. Shop with the local folks and get exactly what you want. You can also shop from the convenience of your own home by going to kaufmanlumber.com. There's an online store with over 800,000 items in inventory that can be delivered straight to your front door. Items in inventory include everything from hardware to housewares, heating and cooling supplies, lawn and garden tools, sporting goods, store and office supplies, and there's a huge range of products in each area available. So go by their store in West Little Rock at 14900 Cancel Road or do your shopping online at kaufmanlumber.com.
If there's anything green in your yard right now, it's probably a weed, and you need to do something about it. Weed control and fertilization service from Sanders Ground Essentials is easier and less expensive than doing nothing or trying to do it yourself. I did that one time and almost killed my yard. Sanders Ground Essentials saves you time and money and makes your yard the envy of the neighborhood. Don't wait. Do it now. Call Sanders Ground Essentials and get started with Sanders Ground Essentials Weed Control Program. Servicing all of Central Arkansas, including West Little Rock and Conway. On the web at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
When you think CertaPro Painters, you probably think interior and exterior painting for homes and commercial properties, which we do beautifully. But did you know that we're more than just paint? CertaPro also provides expert carpentry, sheetrock repairs, deck and fence staining, and durable garage and patio concrete coatings. Whether you're refreshing your home, upgrading a commercial space, or restoring outdoor areas, we deliver professional results with the quality and service you expect. Call CertaPro Painters today or schedule your free estimate at CertaPro.com. That's Certa with a C. CertaPro Painters, that's certainty.
Out of Bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, live from TruService Credit Union Studio. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter. Been talking NCAA tournament, and women's tournament is going on right now. We heard from Syracuse's head coach yesterday, heard some of the transcript from her yesterday about being really upset and being paired in UConn's region. And she says year after year, at different schools, but now we have actual sound, and let's hear from her thoughts on playing UConn. And she just seems and sounds really defeated. And this was, of course, after the game, but sure, maybe she was feeling some of this going into the matchup. It just comes through as she just doesn't want to play UConn every year in NCAA tournament, and you can imagine why.
You know, I asked God to touch my heart and help me speak kindly about this opportunity, but also have a responsibility. And when I tell my players to woman up, I think I have to do the same thing. And for us to be coming from a 12 and 16, 18, whatever season last year, okay, let's judge me on this season. For us to do what we've done, to continuously have to come to UConn in every single school that I go to, from Buffalo to it's unfair to the young people. I don't know what it is. Somebody said, is there something that they might have against me? If that's the case, then we need to communicate about that. But for us to be what we've done in our body of work, to have to come and play the best team in the country. I mean, Gino has this thing going, and he is, I love what he's done, but I thought deserved a little more respect after being in his business for 37 years, and to have to come and be in this particular bracket every freaking year is unacceptable. It's wrong. It's somebody, and if you're on the committee and you've been around for more than a year or two or 5 to 10 or 15 years, you understand what that looks like. I've been on those committees to see how it's done, how you can put people on different lines, put us on get a 10 line, get whatever. But for us to continue to come to Connecticut year after year after year is, to me, it's a personal attack, because I just think that we are way better than what we perform today. But I think what you're going to notice, that everybody that come through, Gino, and UConn is going to get the raft of what they can bring. I just know this team right here had a strong chance of getting beyond this particular level. And I am hoping that I'm not disrespecting anyone. I'm hoping that I'm not bringing shame to Syracuse by crying spilled milk. But after a while, I've never said anything in this kind of light before. A lot of people are talking about rev share. I just want the young people that's in my locker room to have a fighting chance. And I am grateful to be in the NCAA tournament from where we've come from. But I think that we've earned the right to go anywhere outside of a 4-hour radius. That's all I have.
Strong words there from Syracuse's women's coach, where she just doesn't like it. And she says it happens year after year. Now, here are scores from UConn's first 2 games. They won first game by 38. They beat UTSA 90-50. And then they come back and they beat Syracuse they beat them 98-45. So they are just destroying teams.
Yeah, and also the difference with the women's tournament as opposed to the men's tournament is they do it kind of differently for where the regions are hosted. Instead of it being at some random arena around the country, they actually have the schools host that region itself. So with UConn being always the number one seed, they're always playing in their home arena. Yeah, so I kind of get coach's argument there of always having to go to UConn, always having to play in Connecticut and play against the Lady Huskies. So I get it. It does seem a bit unfair, but also you got to realize, hey, it's basketball. If you want to avoid, playing UConn in the tournament, beat them. You got to play better than them. Beat them. They're not. We get it. Yeah, you read those scores. They're great. They've always been, a powerhouse team, but hey, they're not invincible.
They're not. But they are. Here's one of those cases of, we heard some complaints from certain schools about their travel and having to travel far.
Right.
In this case, she's saying send us somewhere outside of this radius. Send us far.
I've never heard that.
If it gives that school and that team a better chance to advance on and just have a bit of success in tournament play, that's all she's asking for there.
I guess so.
So it is interesting though that she's like, hey, we don't want to go there. Send us somewhere else.
What is it? She says she wants to go at least outside of a 4-hour radius.
Yeah,
from Syracuse. That's crazy. I love it.
Coming up here in hour 2 on Out of Bounds, we're going to do your Razor Hog update, and Bart Reed is going to join the show. We're going to talk all about this Razorbacks basketball team NCAA tournament, get Bart's thoughts on where this team is now, and just what he's seeing from the tournament as a whole and some teams out there that impress. So stay tuned. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Bart Reed coming up hour 2, Out of Bounds.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus, lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Dan Cook, Monica Reiners, or Brian Kress in North Little Rock today.
Register now for the 2026 Buzz Spring Golf Tournament presented by Tito's Handmade Vodka, April 13th at Burns Park Golf Course. Register at 1037thebuzz.com.
A lot of talk.
Why do you have to talk like that?
And a lot more attitude.
You have a problem? Turn off your station.
1037 The Buzz. KABZ Little Rock.
It's going to be a very dry day today, and as those conditions continue to stay with us, so does the risk of fire. The Arkansas Department of Agriculture says that more than 2,000 acres of land have already burned, and that number is expected to grow. Just yesterday, crews were seen fighting fire in the woods in Little Rock near the Shackelford Crossings Shopping Center. It was one of nearly 50 fires that crews had to contain lately. And it's all putting a strain on first responders as well. Many crews who are crossing county lines need to help assist other crews. Emergency leaders are also asking everyone to be careful, saying that a single spark can lead to yet another fire. First responders are monitoring burn sites to make sure nothing is rekindled. They're asking the public to avoid burning entirely, even if your county is not currently under a burn ban. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Kara Case, Jessica Rockwell.
Listen for Champs and Chumps on Fridays during the Zone. Brought to you by Washita Bar and Grill on Central Avenue in Hot Springs and BKC Home Builders, building premier homes in Hot Springs.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Skies become mostly clear for Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s. Expected southwesterly winds, a little breezy at times, 15 to 20 mile-an-hour gusts are possible. That elevated risk for wildfire danger continues for Wednesday. Continue to practice your wildfire safety precautions. Mostly clear skies overnight with temperatures dropping to the low 60s into Thursday morning. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Pat Bradley joins Randy and Rick on Drive Time Sports each week, courtesy of Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs. Celebrating 57 years in business. Offering all new travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups at RV show prices. Explore their inventory in person or online at RazorbackCamperSales.com. Randy, Rick, and the Shooter on 1037 The Buzz.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all the top brands, specializing in unique custom lifted and leveled used trucks, including four-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto always pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3Autosales.com.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hello, Buzz listeners. It's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep in Sherwood. Listen to this. It's March Madness, the month of crazy deals. Here's what I got for you. Available 0% financing, available sales tax paid, available 0 down, and available 90 days to your first payment. Let me tell you about these deals. Ram trucks up to $12,000 off. The Jeep Compass 4x4 is 0 down, just $439 a month. Grand Cherokee 4x4, $469 a month. Now here's the big one. We got some lease deals. We're making it affordable to drive what you want. Gladiator lease, 0 down, $449 a month. Wrangler lease, just $499 a month. That's real savings in your pocket. This is the month to save big. We make it easy to buy, no pressure, no games, and don't worry about your credit. Go to FletcherCredit.com and get pre-approved in minutes. Folks, we're still buying cars every day. Bring your old car to Fletcher Dodge and turn it into cash. At Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. Shop us before you buy anywhere else. Come see us, 5922 Warden Road, or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Amber Wilson.
To Wemby's point, defense maybe isn't appreciated enough. Wemby is fantastic. And when it comes to this season, because we're not talking about who would you rather build a franchise around. We're not talking about who we think is going to be the face of the league in a few years. We're not talking about who has the higher ceiling. And none of that is to disrespect SGA, but Wemby is the type of player that we've never seen before in NBA history, and so we could make that argument about him, but that's not the conversation when it comes to NBA MVP. It's just a this season award, and this season the stats favor SGA quite handedly, and offense frankly does matter. And I understand that there's ways that the offensive impact don't necessarily show up on the stat lines, but when we do look at the stat lines, SGAs are far and away better than us.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
It's about time delivery worked on your schedule. Same day, next day, or scheduled in advance. However you plan it, the Home Depot delivers the whole job. From drywall to doors, plumbing to paint, we'll get it there when you need it. Because on the job site, timing is everything. You order, we deliver. It's that easy. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in a spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. It's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. sit down, be humble, 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 sit down. Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage, I'm the same man. Get the off my, that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole life. I'm so sick.
It's now time for your Razor Hog update here on Out of Bounds. And, of course, we know Arkansas plays Arizona tomorrow at 8:45. We're going to get into a lot more of that, but Arkansas in baseball played UCA yesterday, and we have some reaction from Coach Van Horn. Arkansas had a really good fourth inning, and here's Coach Van Horn talking about that fourth inning.
I think that the game changed a little bit when Stewart hit the home run. Opposite field, he really hit it well, because I thought Bunnell pitched really well against us, and he gave him three plus 4 innings right in there, really good, pretty quick innings, and it was efficient. We had only hit a couple balls hard on him, really, and then it seemed like things changed a little bit in the fourth. I thought Stewart had the really good at bat, and then he hits the home run, and then it seemed like we maybe had a hard out, but balls hard, but they didn't score. And then obviously, I just felt like that inning was started by TJ in the 9-hole, who took, I think, a 3-2 count walk. I just know he walked, and then Damian fought off a pitch 2, got a single, and then walk and a single, walk and a single. I mean, I know that we scored 10 runs before we made an out. We had 5 hits in there and 5 walks. I mean, I tell these guys all the time, just let the next guy get it done, let the next guy get it done, take your walks, fight. And we laid off some pitches, fouled off some pitches. We just put together some really good at-bats. And then, honestly, TJ got him a hanger and hit a curveball out of the park. And, the game was pretty much over then.
And so, actually, Coach Van Horn was speaking on that 5th inning where Arkansas exploded for 10 runs. But to begin this game, after 3 innings, Arkansas was down 2-0. They scored a run, 4th inning. They had the 10 runs, 5th inning. 6th inning, they got 4 more. So they're up 15-2 at the time, and game over. You don't go past 7th inning. You get a run rule at that point. Here's also Coach Van Horn talking about Arkansas's offensive versatility.
We like our hitters. They can hit. Sometimes they get themselves out like all hitters do, but when we get it rolling, I feel like that we can beat you in many ways. We can steal a base. A lot of times they have big innings. They have to give you something. It has to be walks or errors. And whenever that happens, we usually take advantage of it. And tonight was exactly what happened.
Here's Coach Van Horn on TJ Poppy.
Probably a little more patient at the plate, and I think when he would get a pitch, it seemed like 2 weeks ago back, he would foul it off. And now he doesn't miss it as much. And that's what you got to do, man. If they make a mistake or they leave something in the middle of the plate, you're lucky to get one of those in at bat. And he's been squaring it up. I mean, that last ball he hit was really hit hard. And I'd say that's probably the main thing. But he's done a good job of slowly coming out of that early season, slump a little bit, and has really helped us.
We know Arkansas at times has had some struggles getting through that lineup and getting some quality hits, but Coach Van Horn says he likes what he's seeing from bottom of that lineup.
Some people, they get all carried away with the hitting. Oh, he's hitting ninth. To me, you're hitting leadoff, and then maybe you can drive in some runs from the guys in the middle. So, you just want that lineup to be long. And I felt like tonight, especially when Carter came in there, our lineup got about 9 deep, which is what you want.
That'll do it for your Razor Hog update here on Out of Bounds. Once again, Wes Moore is off. He's spending some time here on spring break, so he's going to be off this week, and next week he'll be back. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, and now joined by Bart Reed in studio. What's up, Bart?
What's up, buddy? How
Man,
we doing?
Oh, we're doing good. We're getting ready for this game tomorrow night, so everything is out there and all the excitement leading towards Arkansas playing Arizona.
Man, it's a great basketball time, just as a whole, and I think the tournament, as we were just talking about, has been chalk in a lot of ways, but the games have been really competitive, and just watching the overall talent and skill level is something that's off the charts. And Arizona was a team early in the season that I saw them play, and I thought, man, they're spooky good. But as Florida is a prime example, bigs don't win games in March. Guards do. And
Get into a little more of that, because actually we had some people that questioned that this season going into the tournament, because we've always heard it. We've seen great guard play, but it seems like there are more quality bigs in college basketball altogether. So just explain some of that about guards and how meaningful they are.
Because it gets to be so much of pace and play. And when you have guards like Acuff is a prime example, it's his points, it's how he passes the ball. To me, his dominance is how he can control the game from a pace standpoint. He can get a shot in a hurry, distribute a shot for a hurry. He can dribble the air out of the ball, get deep in the shot clock. And by not turning the ball over, and you're seeing Arkansas they've protected the ball extremely well, you can just dictate the game so much more efficiently, especially when we're seeing games being called tight by referees. You can go to the free throw line, shoot more free throws. So guards really do determine, and a lot of it is, of course, scoring and rebounding, but a lot of it's just being able to control the pace, and they can go at whatever fast, slow, however they want to play it, depending on who they're playing.
And Acuff has been outstanding all season. Malik Thomas, like the backcourt overall, has been a big-time strength for Arkansas. And as a whole, it's made this team better. You see other guys stepping up, and like Billy Richmond. Billy Richmond is one that comes to mind first and foremost, because he gives so much on both ends of the floor.
Yep. And so to your point, college coaches, you'll hear them say, you are what you can guard. And Billy Richmond can guard 5 spots. And it's such a rare thing to be able to see. But I have to tip my hat to Malik Thomas. Only when you have Darius Acuff as a teammate are we not just going on and on about Malik Thomas, because he has had a freshman season off the charts, just from a efficiency standpoint, a shooting percentage standpoint. So I think as you're heading into the tournament, you just have, and Coach Cal does a great job of getting these personalities to kind of mesh together.
He always has.
And it's so hard to do that. It sounds easy, but getting guys that are used to playing every minute, every second, all of them are scoring 30-plus, to get them to coexist and actually pull for each other is a whole nother animal in itself. But I think Arkansas has been playing the best basketball, just like last year, when they should be at the end of the season.
Well, Bart, you know how he's able to do that as far as getting those guys to play together like that and say, sacrifice a little bit on your scoring average and what you're used to doing, how much you're able to handle the ball and share with teammates. Yep. He has the track record for it.
That's it.
Devin Booker is someone who came off the bench in college, got drafted high, and we see what kind of player he is at NBA level.
Yep. And so, because all, like we talk, and NIL is so important in football, and it's important in basketball too. But ultimately, these are guys that their end goal is not to make money, and they want to get to the next level. And to your point, Coach Cal has got a proven track record of, look, if you want to get there, everybody's got to eat. It can't be just you. And so I think the way he does it, but just like I appreciate, sometimes him and Acuff, you could tell, like they have heated conversations, because he's going to coach you hard, but that doesn't mean the players don't get to give their input as well. So
Absolutely.
I think it's unique to kind of watch that. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and then another thing about, getting guys to sacrifice like that, he has the track record, so he's able to do it, but these guys, they buy in because they know that, they can get to where they want to be in the next level. So you bring up a great point there, because on the outside with fans, a lot of times fans are saying, like Malik Thomas right now, they're saying, wouldn't it be nice for this guy to come back, and wouldn't we benefit, or wouldn't he benefit from coming back?
Yep.
But that's from a fan's perspective, because you're thinking that this guy can raise his draft stock, where this guy and the money that you mentioned there, because they're talking about how much money they can make in college if they stay around.
Yep.
But as you mentioned, that's not the goal. You don't want to – someone put it out there, and I think summed it up well, Emmanuel Acho, where he said you don't want to sacrifice the now for the future.
That's right.
Meaning you don't want to take a big chunk of money just because it's available to you now, and you have a bigger amount of money out there in the future.
Yep.
You don't want to sacrifice the now for the future.
That's right, because your draft stock can go up, but it can also go down. And not necessarily because you just, like Isaiah Joe is a prime example. And for the fans out there, when I working with Isaiah Joe, after his freshman season, I talked to the Toronto Raptors, and they're looking at him at pick 6 to 10. He gets hurt, comes back another year, gets hurt, and literally they're breaking it down. Well, Bart, why is he shooting 4 percentage points less off pin downs on the right side, not as a whole?
Yeah.
And so,
they got the details down.
Yes. So something like that, and you say, well, it's because he's coming back from he's not taking as many reps, and you would think that would be enough. But that took him from second, where if he would have just came out. Now everybody's got their own, and like you said, it can go up too. But you put so much at risk, you have to go when you're hot.
Yeah.
And these players know coming in, and Coach Cal's telling them this: you're not a 2-year guy. You need to be 1 and out. And so, this is the type of player he's recruiting, and Arkansas fans get used to it because a lot of them aren't staying.
Bart, I don't know about you, but personally, I haven't seen many players or any players that I can think of that stuck around and their stock went up.
No.
It always goes down because at some point, NBA scouts and organizations are looking at these guys saying, why are they still in college?
Yep.
And so it almost is like that baseball deal. It's working against these guys. The longer they stay and they get older, they're not getting that NBA experience, is working against them as far as their stock going up. It just doesn't happen. And like you said, they're summing it up best. They have to go when they're highest on the radar.
Yep.
And if they stick around, now somebody else is getting that focus. The next great freshman that's in college basketball, they're getting that focus instead of those players that returned.
That's right. And scouting reports and technology is so great right now. Some of these opposing teams know your strengths and weaknesses almost better than you do. So the more times teams get to see you in college, the harder it is to just replicate what they're doing. I mean, as great as Acuff is, to go and replicate another 36-point performance in the turn, it's hard to do. And we see with Boogie Fland, Boogie Fland had a great freshman season, goes out injured, same with Nick Smith, comes back, doesn't play well in the tournament. Draft stock, it's not that they're less of a player.
Right.
It's just the last visual that they have that they had a chance to look and see.
But to your point about striking while the iron's hot, we see 2 different approaches there. Nick Smith, he said, I'm out regardless, because he had a plan all along.
Yep.
Boogie had a plan, but his plan changed, and he decided to stick around, and he got rewarded for it.
Yep.
But that's another example of a guy, even though the injury was there and you're not going to get drafted exactly where you wanted to begin with, returning to school, it still doesn't benefit you in getting drafted where you wanted to.
Nope. He made some NIL money, but like you said, he got rewarded. But no, it doesn't a lot of times. To your point, that's why you got to go. Got to go.
So for tournaments so far, who are the teams that have stood out to you and really impressed? And we can go teams and individual players.
Well, I think when you look at it, I'm a huge Alabama style of play fan. So Nate Oates putting the math professor hat on, and I remember when I first started coaching grassroots, you look at it, we shoot so poorly from sometimes with the Hawks from 3 and then field goal, and people say, how are you beating people? And I would circle one number, shot volume. So if I'm shooting 85 shots a game at 20%, you have to, if you're going to shoot 50, you need to be shooting at a very high percentage. So I love Alabama's style of play. And without everybody mentioned, well, Texas Tech didn't have Toppin.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Bama didn't have Aiden Hallway either, who was their second best player. So I think Alabama's very impressive. And I think, listen, Arkansas, and this is not me just being an Arkansas guy, they're the hottest team in the tournament. I think if you look at it, the most efficient team in the tournament, and if they hit shots, like I don't know, Joe, what they shot from the three-point line, but it had to be a 55% or something against High Point.
Mm-hmm.
If they hit shots like that against Arizona, they will beat Arizona. It really comes down to making shots. I think Duke has looked shaky at times, and I think, again, that goes back to Boozer being a guard, not a big guy, and it's just the game changes a little bit.
Speaking of that, heard something really interesting on them because having, seen some games with Duke and you know who the stars are.
Yep.
But Caden Boozer is their point guard.
Yep.
Cam Boozer is actually their backup point guard. So if Caden is out of the game,
right.
Cam is handling the ball, or if they're in together at times, you see Cam handling the ball. That's interesting. The position he plays, that he is their backup point guard and primary ball handler if his brother isn't on the floor.
Yep. So it's like the Joker, right? And for Denver, when you have that type of versatility and can do the things that he can do, that's a different style of dominance. And I certainly think Duke's going to be there at the end. Listen, I've been impressed with Texas, and they've got some dudes on that team. They're not deep in the bench, but they've got some guys. And certainly, listen, it's hard to say that Iowa, with that performance, if you can shoot the ball in March with high efficiency, you can put a team. That was my one concern about High Point.
Mm-hmm.
You shoot 43s a game. Arkansas's had trouble locating three-point shooters. If a team gets hot, you could be in trouble in a hurry. So I think if Arkansas can get past this game, I think Purdue's looked at shaky at times too. So I think that's a team that can be beaten as well.
That's what you always worry about too with teams that are built, not necessarily built on defense, but that's their strength.
Yep.
And they really aren't up to par on offense. You always worry about them getting in tournament play at this time and just coming up against a hot shooting team and getting bounced because they defend well, but this team on the other side is making shots. And it's not only important this time of year. I think there's more focus because now there's that drive for a chance to win a championship. But you can look at each and every game and see a difference in the box score, which team made shots, which team didn't make shots. And that's probably going to be your winner there. Now, of course, there are a lot of other factors, turnovers and runs that happen throughout games, but shot making, that's the key to every game.
And that's the difference as we talked about Florida. Me and you talked yesterday. That was the thing. Florida labored for every basket. It's like they couldn't come down and get an easy basket, and that's the value, I think, of Thomas and Acuff. Acuff can come down and get a shot whenever he wants. And to be able to have somebody that can create that shot anytime is such a big value in the tournament.
And the other deal for Acuff is not only can he create a shot, but he can create for others.
Yep.
When they collapse on him, he's making the right play. And that's something that's been said about him all season is he's always making the right play, whether that's for him or another player that he finds the open player on the floor.
Yep. So is it not crazy that the freshmen, and like Arizona's got two good, like K.O. Pete's unbelievable, how they're coming in as freshmen, and it used to be the knock is decision-making.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But these guys are so experienced. You're playing Adidas, you're playing EYBL. So what they're coming into is almost like NBA-ready type of decision-makings and pick and rolls. It's just off the charts, the basketball IQ that some of these guys are playing with to be so young.
Where are you seeing these guys grow most? And I'm talking about at an earlier age, whether that's 12, 14, because now you're starting to see some of those freshmen, 14-year-olds, they go to high school and they're the best player on the team. And a lot of that has to do with, like you're talking about, with AAU background and playing a lot of basketball, but also these players play up early, when they're really young. You see them playing up against older competition, where do you see the most growth as far as these guys when they're young?
I always say this: footwork is the heart and soul of the game. If you have great footwork and you're used to doing it against older competition, the more efficient you get, which leads to creating separation. And I always say the difference between a D2 and D1 player is about a step and a half. The difference.
That's it.
That's it. They just get to a spot just that much faster. And if you look at the difference between D1 and professionals, probably another step and a half. So it's not that they can't do the same things, it's that one gets there more efficiently. And so you're seeing some of these kids get to college and they can already create shots, mid-range separations with like side steps, but also in the perimeter off the dribble, and certainly in the post. They can just create space, because we know a contested shot is generally a missed shot until you get to the NBA level. So the more space you can create, the better off you are.
Is there a certain age range, though, where you see these guys where they get it and they kind of turn it on?
I think you really see a lot of separation between the 8th and 9th grade, and then 9th and 10th. And then you'll kind of see some things level out a little bit, and then I think they'll take a jump that freshman year, because it combines skill and then also decision-making. Players that are really good younger, and then they plateau out, right?
Right.
So, and some of it has to do with growth, but really you looking at that 8th to 9th grade, that's where I see a lot of the biggest separation, and then that 9th to 10th grade year. So, yeah, it's interesting.
It really is. It really is. Like Rondo's son.
Yeah.
There was, and of course these guys were joking, but I can't remember what NBA team. I'd have to look at it, but they were saying Rondo's son as a freshman, the way he performed in high school, they're like, this guy could play for this team right now,
yep.
a team that's struggling because his whole life has been about putting the ball in his hands, yep. and his dad played at such a high level and taught it to him. Yep. And you see that happen with a lot of players, whether they're players' sons, coaches' sons, somebody who's been involved in the game for a long time. You see that these players get it really early in life.
Yep. And so I was Wooten Top 150 coach, which is where they decide the McDonald's All-American. I had a chance a couple of years ago to talk to Jermaine O'Neal. So he had a son and a daughter, and his son, youngest son, was on my team, and he had told me something that always stood out. 67% of current NBA players had a dad or relative that played at a high level, which means either they played Division II, Division I, or NBA basketball.
Wow.
I mean, that's a staggering.
That's amazing, yeah.
So your background, if you have a family that did it, that's, I mean, comparative to other sports, if you look, it's just off the charts. So, and access, obviously that stuff goes to access to training and access to just knowledge at home that they're teaching them. So
we're going to take a break here on Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Bart Reed. We'll come back and have more NCAA tournament talk, basketball in general. You got Bart Reed here until 3 o'clock, and going to pick his brain on a lot of basketball here on Out of Bounds. Stay tuned.
U.S. Truck Accessories presents Match Game on Morning Mayhem. Listen for your chance to play their version of the classic TV game show from U.S. Truck Accessories in Conway and Searcy. Your #1 Central Arkansas source for camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, and more. Veteran owned since 2002. Online at ustruckaccessories.net.
This is Sports Center.
The number 6 Arkansas baseball team scored 10 runs in the 5th inning Tuesday night to clobber the UCA Bears 15-2 in 7 innings in Fayetteville. TJ Pompey had 2 home runs for the Razorbacks, including a grand slam in the 5th inning that made it 11-2. He later added a solo shot in the Hogs' 4-run 6th inning. UCA got its runs from an RBI single from Jagger Shattle in the 2nd inning and a Zeb Allen solo home run in the 3rd. Arkansas and UCA both return to action Friday. The Hogs host Florida. The Bears host Austin Peay. Another in-state Division I action Tuesday, the Little Rock Trojans scored a 5-run bottom of the 8th inning. They pulled away from UAPB 7-1 at Gary Hogan Field. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
Hey, this is Mitch at Red River Auto, and we get people ask us all the time how we sell so many vehicles. Folks, I believe it's because we're one of the auto dealers out there that are full transparent. A lot of folks are advertising prices online, then you walk into the store and they add a $1,900 or a $2,900 fee for whatever reason. Now, occasionally a car dealer might have a mistake on online price, but if that's your practice, it's just simply wrong. At Red River Auto Group, the price you see is what you get. Check us out at redriverauto.com.
Life is better with community banking from First Security, where personal connections make a difference every day. Families get bankers who know their names, know their needs, and love to help. Businesses work with responsive lenders who make fast local decisions that help build success. And communities thrive with First Security because our team is rooted here too. Choose the power of personal. First Security. Bank better. fsbank.com, member FDIC.
It's the big bass boat sale on all Ranger and Tracker boats at the open house sale. Now at Bradford Marine and ATV at all 7 statewide locations. Get the last of the boat show deals on all Ranger fiberglass bass boats with over $10,000 in extra discounts. Or the Sun Tracker Party Barge 22XP3 or Fishing Barge 22XP3 with $5,000 in discounts and a $1,000 Bass Pro gift card. Buy today, find today, and have fun today at the open house sale going on at all Bradford Marine and ATV statewide locations. Your Ranger Tracker dealer.
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshields, and slick roads quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See shelter agent Michael Ludwig in Greenbrier, Todd Matthews in Benton, or Paul Griffin in Monticello today.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oaklawn Sports, is now available in Arkansas. With FanDuel, you can get in on college hoops action any night of the week because Oaklawn Sports, powered by FanDuel, has all your favorite college basketball bets from points to rebounds to which team you think is going to win. Plus, you can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. And for a limited time, new Arkansas customers get started with $300 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So just visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started with $300 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. Play your game with FanDuel, now available in Arkansas. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Out of bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low-rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at TruService.net.
Another body laying cold in the gutter.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds, live from TruService Credit Union Studio. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Bart Reed. And Bart has trained a number of athletes over the years. Give us where some of your guys are and what they're doing now.
Well, this was the 2026 class was that's my daughter's class, in which she had some D1 offers but decided to just sign with SAU. So this 2026 class is a class that's close to my heart because that's kind of where I started. So RJ Young and CB from Bryant. I mean, I've trained them a long time. They're going. CB's going to UCA. RJ's going to Tennessee Tech. We were talking about Trey Aleem and Clay from Little Rock Central. So it's something where when I look at it, I was looking at a picture like Michael Moore from Little Rock Hall is somebody that when I was training that group for a long time. Aiden Hansberry from Parkview is going to Harding. So Arkansas basketball is it's in a great shape, and I don't think people realize how great the basketball has been over the last 6 to 7 years. Where Joe, when you look, when I came out in '97, there were 3 D1 players. Now you're having 13, 14, 15, like it's just off the charts. And now it is one of the toughest recruiting environments that I've ever seen. If it wasn't for that, I think you'd have 20-plus kids going D1.
So what makes the recruiting environment so tough?
Well, right now it's just you have a situation where you've got the transfer portal, and the transfer portal is just loaded with players. But Joe, they're giving the college kids extra years. So you've got some of these kids are like KK Robinson was one of my favorite kids that I've ever trained in Kellen. I've trained Kellen as well at UALR. If KK comes back, I mean, he's 2019, 2020 grad. So it's hard to look at a player that's 24, 25 and compare him to an 18-year-old. And I think you've heard Coach Cal talk about, hey, it's important that freshmen, like we're always going to look at getting freshmen. But a lot of people, it's easy to go in the portal and say, let me get this guy that's averaging 4 points, 5 rebounds versus going to the high school ranks and taking somebody that's not underdeveloped, but Joe, first thing you're going to do in college is put on 10 to 15 pounds of muscle and get stronger. So it is you're seeing kids that are going below, I think, where their talent level is. And Cam Hunter at UCA is a prime example. Cam went to UCA originally, went to Wisconsin, and I've trained Cam since he was 6th grade. When Cam went to UCA, this was when this started, I thought Cam was a notch. Not that there's anything wrong with UCA because it's a great program, but he was a Power 4 type talent. But COVID and all this other stuff, it's just like compiled. And they've been doing this stuff for college players to try to help them, but then the high school players get nothing. So it's just this funnel that just keeps getting pushed down and pushed down. So it's harder to make it as a high school player.
Yeah, you have to be top of the top.
Top of the top.
To get that D1 offer to begin with. Yep. And that just shows how hard it is. And then those guys that are getting those offers, these are guys that if there wasn't a waiting period for NBA, a lot of them would be straight from high school to NBA.
Yep. And that's why you've looked at some of them kind of exploring the alternate routes, and the NBA kind of goes on this professional path where you can go the G League or go overseas because it's so backlogged. Because you have J.J. Andrews, one of the best players to ever come out of Arkansas, and a ton of this is an environment where if he would have had a Division I offer from every school in Duke, North Carolina. You almost have to be that 5-star, 4-star to get the Power 4 looks now because there's ready-made players out there in the portal, so they think that they can go and get easier.
Let's go to the phones and take a call. We have Savage. What's up, Savage?
Hey, Savage.
Well, great.
How you doing? Hey, Bart, you talk about the older kids. High Point had a kid that was 26 years old.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your thought? What's the cutoff? Should there be an age limit restriction? Whether that's 23, 24. I mean, what's your thoughts on that? I'll get off. Appreciate it.
Yep. Good question,
Savage.
Thank you. Here's the way I would look at it. I think you should get, and if you want to do this, but before you get 5 to play 4, if you want to just give everybody 5 years and say, hey, you can play 5 years, that would be a start. And just get rid of the medical hardships. But the big thing is, when I played, if you were going to get a transfer, like I signed with North Texas, coach quit, or coach got terminated in August, I couldn't get a waiver signed.
So you were stuck.
I was stuck. And now you're getting waivers for people, they just want to leave just because. So if you would stop allowing players to bounce school to school and you impose the year penalty, which is what it was, you had to sit out a year. I think that would clean up a lot of things, but I would just go to a standard. You get 5 years to play. That's it. No more, no less. Boom. Once you're done. There's no grad year. It's just too hard to keep up.
So 5 years, you get 5, but also if you do transfer or try to transfer maybe a second time, there's a penalty?
There's a penalty, yep. And you could give them a one-time, and that's being flexible because that was never there before, but give them a one-time transfer rule. After that, they have to sit out their year, and it would count against the 5. I mean, that's an easy way to do it, I think, versus all the different avenues. But you've got COVID guys that are still getting, they're still playing, Joe. Like, it's just hard to look at it and say college athletics was built for a 26-year-old that's been to 4 different schools.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't get it.
Let's go back to the phones and talk to Lynn. Lynn has a question for you, Bart. What's up, Lynn?
Hey, Lynn.
Yes, well, my husband and I were just eating earlier at Potbelly in Little Rock, and we are on our way back up to Fayetteville home. But we noticed the big billboard. It was talking about the 94 when we had the wonderful triplets. Do you ever see a time with the portal, with the pay to play, that there will ever be? And I love ACOS. I love this team Arkansas has. But do you ever see a time when you'll have that type of camaraderie because of the portal, because of what's taking place? We're old enough to remember the magic of that 94 championship. What do you think about that?
I think it's going to be hard with the talent level that you're seeing at Arkansas, and Coach Cal is recruiting. I think there's a couple ways to look at it. It's going to be hard for players to be able to stay together long enough to build that type of camaraderie. And I think Arkansas would be very fortunate. Like, if you look at DJ Wagner and Billy Richmond, it's fortunate that and Carter Knox is probably a player that comes back. But to have them with each other that long is something that most places don't see. Like, Coach Cal didn't get enough credit for being able to maintain players, because besides him and Painter at Purdue, nobody stays. But it's going to be hard with the talent level he recruits, but also it's going to be hard in the NIL environment where money comes into play. And it's not the first thing that comes up with a lot of top players, but it's certainly in the top 3 for players to play together 2 and 3 years. It's going to be hard. Plus, you have the numbers, and people always want to score more. So a lot of times they're going to the next best thing.
We're going to take a break here on Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Bart Reed, live from TruService Credit Union Studio. We'll be back on the other side. Stay tuned.
On these acres, weekends aren't a break. When the ground fights back, the John Deere 4044M leans in. Because it's built like the people who run it. Tough enough to stay one more hour. Strong enough to finish the job. Take more than $7,000 off or pay $507 per month at 0% for 84 months at Greenway. Learn more at gogreenway.com. Some restrictions apply. See Greenway for details. Offer ends April 30th, 2026.
This is Randy Allison with Sunstar Insurance of Arkansas. We're excited to welcome Paul Childress and Carol Alexander, formerly of the Thomas Agency in Benton and Saline County, to our Little Rock office. Saline County knows Paul and Carol for their years of experience in dependable insurance solutions. Paul and Carol are open for business to help their past customers and their new ones too. Give them a call at Sunstar Insurance of Little Rock, where Sunstar Insurance is shining bright across Arkansas as one of the fastest growing insurance agencies in the natural state.
Do you feel that, Arkansas? The Lotto jackpot is now more than $1 million. Why should you care? Because this $1 million+ prize can only be won in Arkansas. There are 2 Lotto drawings every week, and the jackpot keeps growing until there's a winner. Join the fun and play Lotto today. A $2 ticket could change your life. Get yours in stores today. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. It's the declaration of deals at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton. This is Terry Harrison, and I've got Big Steve Landers here with me.
Over the years, I've seen a lot of sales events, but this is a big one.
Ram 2500 trucks are $14,000 off, and the 1500 series starts at just $37,995. So come see us at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram on Alcoa Road in Benton. The Big Rock Benton.
Arkansas, your moment has arrived. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino, is officially live in your state. Now you can make every matchup even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, player props, and more, all from your phone. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. And to get things started, new Arkansas customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, just non-stop action. Powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 1037-THE-BUZZ. New Arkansas customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 1037-THE-BUZZ. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino. Gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700. 21 and over. Arkansas only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Out of bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union Studios. Online at TruService.net.
Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. That's the way. Can you see my desire? Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. That's the way. Can you see my desire? That's the way love goes. Like a moth to a flame, burned by the fire. That's the way. That's the way.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Bart Reed. Bart, you mentioned some of those players that are still in high school at Hull, Parkview, Central, Bryant. All those teams play for championships. So to see those players and their development, how does that make you feel when you see not only them achieving goals as individuals, but going on to get that big goal as a team, as a teammate, and winning some of those state championships?
Well, it's hard not to be emotional about it. In fact, I was looking back, Joe, and I've had a very small part in this, but over 330 players that I've trained in 12 years have gone on to play some type of college basketball, Division I, Division II, Division III. So I'm always proud of them, but to be able to watch them do what they enjoy to do at some of the biggest stages that we have in the state is such a big deal. And I'll say this as a player, as a coach, the year I had at North Little Rock with Coach Rice, helping train, and we did 3 days a week when we beat Central in the state championship with Khalil Ware and DJ Smith. That was probably my most proudest moment, because to see the joy on the kid's face. And so I kind of felt myself going back to being a kid, because it's so hard to get to even make it to the finals. You have to be good, lucky, and everything else in between. So it's a big deal for me to do that, especially as my kids get older. I have my daughter God love her, she was the first. So she got all the bad drills that I decided not to do and put in. She was my guinea pig. So it's been especially emotional for me because both of them played up. My son Wilson played a freshman up on varsity, and she was a senior. So
that only makes them better.
It only makes them better, and it makes
or how do you feel about it?
No, it makes them better. And where they improve is the practice, because it's such a grind to go against, be 14, 15 years old and play against, 17, 18-year-old players. But you have to learn, because the high school game is very different than junior high games. So it does. It makes them better, and they play more games, but they also learn to do it consistently and practice at a high level consistently.
And we saw Brian's coach, Coach Abrahamson,
Yes.
his son, Mason.
Yes.
And he's a sophomore. He had a great championship game shooting from outside.
Yeah, and I know Coach A was trying not to he was trying to be level-headed, but he had to be proud. And Mason, I was able to see him in the Isaiah Joe camp where we invited the top 30 players, and he can flat shoot it, but I know he works hard. So I know Coach A is very proud. And listen, Coach A runs a great program. Bryant's been there year after year, so I know he was proud. But Joe, still the most valuable skill is if you can shoot in the three-point culture. If you can go make shots, man, it puts you a leg up. There's always going to be a spot for you on the court.
How about some of the NBA guys you've worked with over the years, and kind of where you've seen them grow and where they are now in their careers?
Yeah, well, I think Isaiah Joe is doing just a fantastic job. And we were talking about Daryl Macon. I had a chance to get Daryl ready for NBA training camp. And so when you look at it, of course, you have Joe and Johnson. And I think – when you look at so much of these guys, like Isaiah Joe's a pro's pro. Like, he comes every day to work, he's prepared. And it's the same with Joe Johnson. Like, he was around for so long and just accomplished rare things. But to have a guy like that in the locker room, and so when I look at, like, OKC, generally those are guys that are a great team, but they play well together. And there's a lot of synergies there together. So I'm having fun. In fact, I went to watch Isaiah Joe play just the other day. They're playing the Bucks, and the Arkansas Connect. Bobby Portis was up there, and Bobby Portis played great. And so anyway, I think Isaiah Joe's doing a phenomenal job at OKC. And listen, hopefully you look at Nick Smith, and, Nick, when he gets in for L.A., like, he's an incredible talent, scores the ball extremely well, and I think he's still got a huge, bright future in front of him. So Arkansas is well represented, I think.
And you mentioned Joe Johnson. He had a lot of success on the court. Now he's having success off the court, and him becoming a media star. And who would have ever thought with Joe Johnson? And we know what his background as far as not really talking a lot when he was coming up, and look what he's turned into now.
Man, good for Joe. And Joe was such a Joe and I first met because he was playing for the Hawks, and I was UALR, and so people don't realize that some of the best summer battles are in Little Rock during the summer when everybody comes back and plays Dunbar League, which is not like it used to be, obviously, or not like it is anymore. But Joe was such a rare talent, being that big and that strong. And you talk about a guy that was silky smooth now. But yeah, no, Joe is a great human being and one of the best basketball players that I've ever seen. And because he was not that outspoken star, people don't realize in the NBA, like, he was one of the dudes, like top 10 in the league.
Oh, yeah.
He was a franchise player. So good for him. I'm proud, Joe.
Couple of comments here on our Middleton Heat and Air text line. One of them says, for basketball, think they should do it like baseball. Out of high school, can go pro. But you lose eligibility to be a college player. And if you decide to go to college, you have to stay 3 years. Don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because you see that many players, like we talk about the ones that we see that are those guys that could go straight to the NBA, but also we see the stories of guys that go and after their freshman season, they play their way into being an NBA player, where going into that season they weren't.
Yep.
So you don't want to limit those players from being able to take that next step if they can.
That's right. And people, this is a very, and I've said this a couple of times on the radio, DJ Wagner, people don't realize DJ Wagner Jr.'s got a lot of loyalty to Coach Cal, because his dad, DeJuan Wagner, was one of the best players the game's ever seen at a high school level, and was really one of Coach Cal's first big recruits. You know, he wanted to come back after his freshman year at Memphis, and Coach Cal's like, no, you're going.
And he does that with a lot of players.
But he got that rare intestinal infection where he only got to play that 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
That would have happened whether he'd been in college or not. So he owes the one contract he did to Coach Cal pushing him to go.
Absolutely.
Because you never know.
Another comment here on social media. There were people commenting about Darius Acuff saying he can't play defense, and they're simply asking about how many guards are on an all-NBA defensive team. There's only a couple, but his offensive game is to the point where he's an NBA player.
And he can play defense. He has to – I mean, if he's playing 40 minutes a game, you got to catch your breath somewhere. But Acuff is a phenomenal defensive player. It's just he's got to pick his spots.
And he'll get better.
He will get better. That's
especially
exactly right.
As an NBA player.
That's right.
Bart, really appreciate you,
Thanks,
man.
Joe, for having me. I appreciate it, man. It's been a pleasure.
Oh, yeah, anytime. We'll be back with more of Out of Bounds here. Hour 3 coming up. Stay tuned.
Experience the unmistakable difference today at D3 Auto Sales in Des Arc. D3 Auto Sales is your home for quality used trucks, SUVs, and cars from all the top brands, specializing in unique custom lifted and leveled used trucks, including 4-wheel drives. And this commitment to excellence extends to their full-service 10-bay service department as well. Also looking to trade in or sell your vehicle? D3 Auto always pays top dollar for your pre-owned vehicle. D3Autosales.com.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and businesses trust CertaPro painters. From detailed residential work to professionally managed commercial projects, CertaPro delivers craftsmanship to protect your investment. Visit CertaPro.com, that's Certa with a C, and reserve your spring project today.
Oaklawn is here for when you want non-stop racing and non-stop action. The season's back, the weekends are packed, and it's time to plan your visit. The classic racing season kicks off January 30th and runs through May 2nd with exciting weekends, great food and drinks, and the kind of atmosphere you can only find in Hot Springs. It's fast, it's lively, it's time to win. Oaklawn Hot Springs. Join the fun. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
One man can't make a team.
Yeah, so what's your point?
Thanks for being part of the Buzz team.
Shut up!
1037 The Buzz.
Arkansas State Representative Stan Berry has died. He represented Arkansas House District 44, which covers parts of Pope County and Van Buren counties. House Majority Leader Howard Beatty says that Berry loved serving the people of the River Valley. He says that Berry was not the most outspoken member, but was someone you could always depend on. Berry was 71 years old. Before his time in office, he served in the National Guard. Governor Sanders released a statement after his passing, sending her condolences to his wife, children, and grandchildren. Berry was serving his 7th term in the Arkansas House and running unopposed in the upcoming general election. Governor Sanders' office says they do not have any information right now about a special election to fill his seat. And early voting for several runoffs continues today. To find out the latest information on where you can go to vote, you can head to our website, krk.com. As a reminder, Election Day is next Tuesday. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KRK's Jessica Rockwell.
Out of Bounds Hotline on 1037 The Buzz is presented by D3 Auto Sales, Arkansas's #1 independent used car dealership, specializing in level and lifted trucks. D3Autosales.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center.
Skies become mostly clear for Wednesday with temperatures in the mid-80s. Expected southwesterly winds, a little breezy at times. 15 to 20 mile-an-hour gusts are possible. That elevated risk for wildfire danger continues for Wednesday. Continue to practice your wildfire safety precautions. Mostly clear skies overnight with temperatures dropping in the low 60s into Thursday morning. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm Arkansas Storm Team meteorologist Jenna Warner.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
Randy Rainwater is taking Drive Time Sports on the road to Walk-Ons in Conway this Thursday from 4 until 7 o'clock to get ready for the Arkansas-Arizona game. It's Sweet 16 time, so stop by, say hello to Double R, and get ready to call those hogs with Drive Time Sports live from Walk-Ons in Conway Thursday.
If there's anything green in your yard right now, it's probably a weed, and you need to do something about it. Weed control and fertilization service from Sanders Ground Essentials is easier and less expensive than doing nothing or even trying to do it yourself. 315-9395 drive or go online at sandersground.com. Let's get growing.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See Shelter Agent Jay Helm, Jeremiah Matthews, or Jeff Hodge in Little Rock today.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong, right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
When the unthinkable happens to your home or business, whether it's damage from smoke, water, fire, or mold, let Rainbow Restoration make you whole again. Their extensively trained team, state-of-the-art equipment, and 24/7 rapid response will help get your life back on track fast. Because this isn't just their service area, it's their home. When you need them, find them at ArkansasRestorationExperts.com. Rainbow Restoration, where they restore, you recover. Services performed by an independently owned and operated franchise. Your reputation matters. That's why so many landscape professionals choose Gravely. Save up to 20% on Gravely commercial mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event going on now through the 29th. Visit your local Gravely dealer today.
RV show season is here, and Razorback Camper Sales in Hot Springs is celebrating its 57th year in business by offering all new travel trailers, fifth wheels, and pop-ups at RV show pricing all month long. These are the best deals of the year. Payments as low as $150 a month on Salem FSX travel trailers and discounts of over $30,000 on Columbus and Cedar Creek fifth wheels. All these great deals can be seen at RazorbackCamperSales.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
This is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
With my accountant lips, in fact, I'm down in this. You say with my boo babe tastes like Kool-Aid for the analyst. Girl, I can buy your Westie world with my base stuff. I know that it's good. Won't you sit it on my taste buds? I get way too busy once you let me do the extras. Pull up on your block and break it down. We playing Tetris. AM to the PM, PM to the AM phone. Eat up your per diem. You just gotta hate them phone. If I quit your BM, I still rock Mercedes phone. If I quit this season, I still be the greatest funk. My left stroke just went viral. Right stroke put a baby in the spiral. Soprano C, we like to keep it on the high note. There's levels to it, you and I know. Tell them be humble. Sit down. 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 Me humble. Sit down. Who that thinking that he frontin' on that man? Get the off my stage. I'm the same man. Get the off my that ain't right. I make a play blowing up your whole.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Live from TruService Credit Union Studio. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter. We're going to get into some what's trending and see what's going on in the world of sports. We'll do that now.
What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
What's trending in sports? What's trending is NCAA tournament. And we have games that start once again tomorrow. We're looking forward to Arkansas, Arizona. But 4 games overall tomorrow, 4 games on Friday. And here's Kelvin Sampson, Houston head coach, talking about the matchup in Illinois.
It's really well put together. They've got 2 7-1 guys that both can shoot threes. They have a point forward in Merkovich, who forces you into tough positions. The Wagner kid is I'm sure he's going to be a lottery pick. I was watching tape yesterday of his 46-point game at Purdue. He's awesome. He's 6'7" point. He's just a guard, but he can play the point.
I didn't even think I was at risk of shingles. I was wrong. Talk to your doctor today.
Okay, Kelvin Sampson got interrupted there with a commercial. We'll see if we can.
It's really well put together. They've got.
We can get through it.
2-7 forward. The Wagner. I was watching. But he can. Brad's done a really good job with his roster and putting the right guys in the right spots. They're all difficult to guard, and they play in a great space. They play 5 out. They force you into switches, and then they take advantage of if you get caught in rotations or if you're late somewhere, they make you pay. They're the number 1 offensive team. There are certain teams that, you scout them for the first time. I haven't seen Illinois play much this year at all. But in scouting them, just watching them for the first time, I found myself being a fan. Just enjoyed watching it. And then I go, whoa, how do you guard it?
All right, as Kelvin Sampson said, though, Illinois, really good team, and it's going to be a great matchup with Houston, Illinois. We also had some coaching news and some coaching movement. UNC decided to move on from Hubert Davis. Here's Matt Norlander in reaction to Hubert Davis being fired by UNC.
Part of the reason why this took maybe an extra 24, 48 hours than what people might have been expecting was, 2 factors. One, yes, the losing streak, Carolina losing 3 in a row is something that basically almost never happens to end a season. Caleb Wilson, I talked with the source earlier on today that basically said, if Caleb Wilson doesn't get hurt, we are not having this conversation. And I completely agree with that. It's highly unlikely UNC would have lost to Clemson in the first round of the ACC tournament and blown that game against VCU if Caleb Wilson was on the roster and able to play. He wasn't, and so here we are. But that's now the what-if game. And in the broader, bigger picture, there were some high moments under Hubert Davis. The unexpected run to the title game as an 8 seed in that same season, ending Mike Krzyzewski's career both at Cameron Indoor with an upset win and in the Final Four, one of the most epic games in any college rivalry we've ever seen. But there was also the preseason number 1 ranking that led to a non-invite to the NCAA tournament, the only time that we've had a school be preseason number 1 and not make the tournament. They were 1 seed a couple years back. That was great. Didn't make it to the Final Four. They barely got into the tournament a year ago, got into the first 4, couldn't get out of the first round. And then here, for the first time ever, we have Carolina with back-to-back losses in the first round. So there's a lot of context and a lot of consideration into why we got to this point. I'll also add just a couple more details here. The money that needed to be rallied in order to make this coaching change, bring on another coach, I mean, it's a lot of money. And as sources continue to tell me, we think we can get there, but we are burdened by so much with football and Bill Belichick. And if you want to be competitive in the NIL space and you bring in a new head coach, you got to be north of $10 million easily in this upcoming cycle. So North Carolina and its leadership clearly believes that it can get there, but there were pushes to keep Hubert Davis.
Tripp, as we talked about earlier, that they'll come up with the money. They'll make sure, and especially they've gotten to this point. But as Matt Norlander said there, that there were people that were pushing to keep him. They wanted to give him more of an opportunity, and they probably didn't want to come up with the money, but someone said it's not a problem, and they did come up with the money. Now they're moving on, and they're going to have to – they're in position where they're going to have to pay their next coach too. So a lot of money has surfaced and come to the table where they're going to have to take care of multiple parties.
Seems like that happened rather quickly too, didn't it?
It did. It did.
Yeah.
But I think, some of that discussion probably went back a few weeks.
Probably. We just didn't publicly know about it until recently.
Exactly. Last night, NBA, Jokic hit a game winner. And also we had another accomplishment by an NBA player, but we'll start with Jokic, Denver Nuggets getting a win last night.
Spin by Jokic. Glass in, chance for three. Wow.
Lori around the swing. Give it to
Another clutch basket by Jokic. Hit another game winner. And that's exactly what we expect from him. Now, Tripp, this was a bit of a surprise here.
Okay.
Melo Ball. He's been playing. He's been an NBA player for 7 years now.
Mm-hmm.
He's now second on Hornets' all-time scoring list.
Really?
Yeah.
Second.
7 years in, he's second overall.
Holy
so
cow.
What that just shows is that they get players in there and they don't stay long. And he's somebody, his name has been mentioned in possible trade talks, but he's second overall in scoring.
Who's number one?
Quickly paced team. LaMelo up and in for three.
Have to check that out to see who's number one.
I'm looking this up right now.
Maybe Chris Paul, I would think.
That's a good guess.
Or
I'll check.
Could be Anthony Davis. You would think it'd be one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it goes back past then.
If I can find it.
Had some NHL accomplishments last night, though. Connor McDavid, who is considered by a lot of people best player in the game. Now, there's some arguments for Nathan McKinnon, but Connor McDavid scored his 400th goal last night.
Here's a chance. McDavid, a bouncing puck, scores!
Short to the point there.
Yeah, very quick highlight.
Connor McDavid. Another accomplishment, but also here's an accomplishment. Antoine Frondel, who was Blackhawks pick last year, first round, number 3 overall pick. He played his first NHL game last night. So you had a guy into his career 400th goal. Now you have a guy playing his first NHL game.
Now he's about to play his first NHL game. Played back to the blue line, and it's stolen by Frondel. Nice pass to McCann. Here's McCann. Scores! And the first point for Anton Frondel on an Ilya Mikheyev goal that makes it 2-1 Hawks.
Perfect timing for Nathan Monin to step in studio. It's been a while, and we're happy to have Nathan in. Appreciate you being able to take some time and come back on Out of Bounds.
It's been a long time. Man, I don't want to talk about hockey. My Red Wings, they're tanking right now.
Are they?
We were doing
so,
well.
So who are they trying to get?
Cruising. We're trying to get in the playoffs. We're right there on the edge. We were doing fine. I think since well, it's not the All-Star break. The Olympics.
Yeah.
Olympic hockey.
That took them out.
Then, well, we had some of our guys there. We had this, that. I mean, since then, I think we've lost 5 out of the last 7. We're it's like MLB to me. You're right on the cusp. You're heading to the playoffs, and unlike NBA, they actually matter. Late season games in the regular season matter.
A losing streak can make the difference.
Yeah. A few games here, 2 games here, 3 games there, you're out, and you don't make it. I mean, that's why I think MLB does it really well as the NHL. Late season
regular season matters. You got to run all the way through the finish line. NBA now it's which teams are tanking, which teams are kind of resting, which teams are coasting in. That they need to get a handle on that. They got to figure that out.
That's why they put the play-in tournament. So now you have a couple of other teams that have a chance and have an option there. That was the whole purpose of it.
Half of the league makes the playoffs. What kind of incentive is that? If you got 32 teams, half of them should make the playoffs.
You know what, though? That's kind of weird. It's all going. Because look at MLB. MLB, for the longest, it was like 4 teams had a chance. And
everybody else, it doesn't matter.
And now
you want to keep them invested.
You know what it is, though, Nathan? It's money.
It's always money.
It's money.
Always money.
That's the driving force.
They should shorten the season. With most of these pro sports that we're talking about, I think they should shorten the season. But what are they doing? Not only are they not keeping it the same,
they're adding to it.
Yeah. NFL's adding to it. NBA, if you're talking about load management, then shrink it down.
Yeah.
Don't have as much. Make these games matter more. That's why people like college football the most, because we got 10 games, we got 12 games. Every single one of these matters. On Saturday, we're there because even if it's a lesser opponent, we got to win this game.
But guess what they're doing there? Expanding
more.
Same type of deal.
Playoff games, more team. I mean, I get it. I love that we get more of what we love to watch. You get more good games, more good competitive games through like the top teams. You got Texas and Ohio State playing. Michigan's got Oklahoma coming to Ann Arbor. You don't get those kinds of matchups 10, 20 years ago.
No.
You get those now.
Because they didn't want to be taken out of the mix by losing the game.
We can't lose week 2, and then we can't lose again. Now, you can lose once, twice.
Yeah.
Maybe you lose 3 times. I mean,
for some of the people that didn't want to see any kind of expansion and they would like to see it go back to maybe 2 teams,
right.
That was always their argument.
Right.
Now it doesn't matter as much because you can afford – you have some grace where you can lose some you can lose some games.
Well, and you got the conference championship games.
But to your point, though, you're getting the best possible matchups out of it, so you're definitely gaining something.
Well, and not just you're getting better matchups. The accessibility to watch these now is through the roof. Every single game that's played, you can find it somewhere. 10, 20 years ago, if Arkansas was playing their non-conference, you had to pay money. You had to pay-per-view. You had to go buy it again. You had to do it. Now, nobody has to pay-per-view anything. You get it. You get it through normal TV packages, but it's not football season. Let's talk basketball.
We're going to talk it all, though, Nathan. Now, it's all sports season right now, but most importantly, Sweet 16 NCAA tournament.
Those matchups are just so fantastic.
Oh,
man.
yeah. But we're going to take a look around something that happened last night. TGL played their championship.
Oh, yeah. I saw Tiger back out there.
Had a chance to extend it. They were playing best 2 out of 3, but L.A. won 2 games, and it's over. And here's L.A. being presented with that championship.
Lexus, SoFi Cup is yours.
Thank you so much.
Right on. Hold that bad boy up. All right. Congratulations once again to the TGL champions from Los Angeles. Everybody up here needs to duck. We got some confetti that's ready to fly. Ladies and gentlemen, one last time for Los Angeles, the champions in Season 2 here at TGL.
So at the beginning there, that was Lexus, Serena Williams' husband.
Mm-hmm.
And Serena also had some reaction to L.A. winning last night. And, of course, they were going against the team that Tiger Woods was on. We're going to hear from Tiger also. But here's Serena Williams.
The GOAT is correct. You've done this often, 23 slams. You know what it is to be in the arena. But to be watching and watch these guys do what they've done over the course of this season and tonight, how much fun is that to just be the fan, watching them do what they did?
It's been amazing being a fan. The guys played them just so good, and we were just so proud of them and just so happy for everyone.
Now, you could see that Tiger was going to get all the attention simply because that was his first time getting back and swinging a club in public.
Right.
You know, he's been working out and trying to get back to a certain level, but you could almost see that teammates were irritated because Tiger was in the middle and he's on a mic, and you have these 2 guys on the outside, and everyone is there for the Q&A about what just happened,
right?
But all the focus was on Tiger, if he's going to play Masters.
Not the first time, not the last time.
Yeah,
Tiger just soaks up every bit of it.
What's his future?
Swing doesn't look what I would call comfortable. I don't think he's going to play the Masters. I think he would love to. I just don't. He's a very unique individual. He's got a lot of pride. He's said publicly, I don't want to. He could get waivers to have a cart to ride in a cart while playing. On the senior tour, you get that.
Oh, yeah.
John Daly does that. He's got a lot of pride. He might do it later, but competing with the young guns still right now, I don't think he's got the health. I mean, that's 72 holes. You're walking it, especially Augusta. That's got hills everywhere. I don't see him playing this year. I mean,
so you're saying the waiver, you're talking about Champions Tour, or you're saying for PGA?
For sure, Champions Tour. I don't know if they have it on
PGA.
because
and that would almost be an embarrassment to somebody.
Well,
especially of his stature.
Definitely.
That he would never, even if it was a possibility for him, he would never do it.
I think that's the only way he does compete on the Champions Tour. I don't think he's got the health to go week in, week out, play events, do that. I don't think he wants to.
He wouldn't do that anyway.
But he might. I hope he does, because then we just get to watch him play more. But I don't know if he will or not.
We got news on Scotty Scheffler actually yesterday saying that he is going to sit out Houston Open, which he usually plays as a tune-up.
He's a Texas guy.
Yeah, he plays as a tune-up for the Masters. That always seems to be in his schedule. The last event he'll play.
He's been a little quiet here recently. Didn't do much of the players. Didn't do. I mean, he hasn't. Normally, past couple of years, he's winning every other week, and people are expecting it. Now he's been a little quiet.
That competition's wide open.
I think him, the quintessential guys come Masters time. I think they'll be there. I think they'll be ready.
But Scotty, birth of a child is the reason that he withdrew. And
that's a good reason.
Yeah, and so that's usually his tune-up, and we'll see where it goes from here. But he'll probably go straight to Augusta and try to get everything going.
Having a few more practice runs at Augusta wouldn't be the worst thing.
No, never.
That's not bad.
Here's Tiger and his reaction on losing last night.
We didn't respond. I missed a short one at the beginning to kind of get us started, give them momentum, and never got it back.
So we know how Tiger is, straight to the point. And he says that they just didn't play well, and it started from the beginning.
I'll be interested to see if this thing lasts. What is TGL?
And there was a lot of interest in it last year. First year, everything getting going.
It's new, it's fun,
yeah.
It's honeymoon phase. Now it's, what's the longevity of this? How, is there sustained interest in this, not just in person, but people watching on TV?
Well, what's also interesting is these guys, they're playing TGL, but they're in and out of tournaments also. So that's the really interesting part.
It's like the Top Golf of professional golf. It's not real golf, but it kind of. I mean, and the technology's so good nowadays that it's hard to refute it. But
these guys wanted to get in on that ground level because if it just takes off,
sure,
that it's worth
Tiger's
the investment.
Why would I not? Right,
yeah,
right.
It's definitely worth.
It's hard to say no now, but I'll be interested to see where it goes next couple of years.
Look at it. Serena Williams is a team owner,
right?
So there's a lot of backing for it.
Lots of interest from people with a lot of money wanting to own any kind of sports things because those usually do well.
World of MMA, we've heard quite a bit here lately where you have fighters that were fighting UFC, no longer fighting UFC, and some of the complaints that have been there with the pay scale. But here's Francis Ngannou. He's going to be fighting MVP, which is Jake Paul's organization, where they do boxing and MMA cards. So he was previously with UFC,
right?
Then PFL.
He was big card. He was heavyweight.
Yeah, here he is talking about the split with PFL. And then we're going to hear from him about some UFC news also.
And yeah, he was so. And I think I come up with something because that was their decision to part way, not mine. But I was also. Down into this, you didn't. I don't know.
So the backstory on it is,
he
and PFL they agreed to a split, and he said it was their decision, but the timing of when they released the news of the split, that's what he didn't know about. and they didn't let him know that they were going to put the news out there. So this is how the timing happened. There was an announcement that he was going to be on this MVP card, and the Friday before he's going to be on this card, and they kind of had some of their press conferences. That was when PFL put the news out that there was a split.
A little strategic.
And they could have done that, as he was saying, like months before.
Right.
But they waited until he got another opportunity, and then they wanted to put the news out there on him.
Goodness.
It happens, especially like in business.
That's chess,
the,
man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you make the first move, and then I'll make mine.
Here's Francis Ngannou, and a lot of fighters have been outspoken about UFC and the pay scale there, and he's actually speaking on John Jones. John Jones wasn't included in that White House card that's coming up, and here's Francis Ngannou and his thoughts on that. And he went on to talk about pay in general, and he's saying that John Jones, him stepping in, he deserved to get paid about $15 million. But UFC fighters aren't even close to that in pay scale. So you see a lot of these fighters, and they may be past their prime, but they're getting this type of pay in other places.
Interesting. I wonder what Dana White's going to do with that to combat the veterans leaving to go somewhere else to get paid.
Well, a lot of times he's getting rid of the veterans. He's not renewing those contracts. So
he's the one pushing them out.
Yeah. But what'll happen is when they get some young and up-and-coming fighters and they decide to go that route as opposed to UFC,
then they're starting to cannibalize their talent.
That's when the difference comes in.
Similar to MLS with soccer.
Yeah.
International soccer. For the longest time, nobody even could name 5 MLS players. Now the older guys, the Messis, the Griezmanns, they're coming over. And, they got a couple years left or whatever. Is Messi in his prime? Is he even close to his prime? No, not at all.
But he's still
But if you get
really
some notoriety,
good.
yeah, I'd love to go see. Yeah. But like you said, when you start getting notoriety from that and eyeballs from that, and then the younger guys start watching it and, I'm going to go play there. Well, then there becomes that rift.
What we kind of compared it to, Nathan, is what's currently going on PGA and LIV. So whenever there's
another thing, I'd love to see the longevity. Yeah.
Whenever competition comes around,
there's some
that's when you see change with the organization. And so if one of these organizations is able to step up a little bit and challenge UFC,
alternative,
then that makes the difference.
There's some big. DeChambeau's got a big decision coming up here. He's got his renewal coming up on his contract.
And he just won.
He's kind of the last guy left there. Well, some of the older guys are kind of phasing out, the Phil Mickelsons, the other guys.
DeChambeau just won too.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. There, but I'll be interested to see where the value of that contract shakes out, because I bet he'll renew. He's a strange guy. He's not a typical golfer. He's not a old school kind of guy, just kind of lunch pail, do your thing. He's a YouTube guy. He does things a different way already. So I bet he'll stay there, get, who knows, $500 million, some
since
crazy
you mentioned
amount.
DeChambeau, we'll revisit what his reaction after winning.
Bryson, why so much emotion on this victory?
I wish I could tell you. A lot has happened in my life in the past week. I'm just so grateful for my team, the Crushers, everybody supporting me. It's so funny. Golf is a fickle game, and you work so hard at it your whole entire life, and you realize that golf is just golf, and there's a lot more to life than just golf. And had some things happen in the off season or off time during this week, and I was just praying all day praying to give me the perseverance to move forward and keep looking forward. And I just got to say I love everybody. Thank you for supporting. South Africa was unbelievable. I mean, got to be the best live event we've ever had. And I've had you for 8 straight days, plus 2 playoffs. I guess I need to bring you to the Masters or something.
So he sounds like he's happy, and if they make it worth his while, like you're talking about with the renew, I'm sure that would entice him to stick around.
I'm
but
sure they will.
That's
their
best thing for these guys.
Money.
Best thing for these guys is they can compete in majors.
That's right.
And you just heard him there at the end referencing Masters. So if they're able to do that and still get a big check from the other organization that's out there, they'd be willing to stick around.
He talked a big game early on about the Masters, how he's going to bring it to its knees and he's going to overpower it and he's going to outdrive. That hasn't happened yet. I'm still waiting to see that one. But I don't watch any of it. I don't.
They've expanded their TV coverage, which is a step they needed to take.
They have. I don't know the players. I don't know the courses. I mean, still world-class golf. It's still really high level. I'm fine with them wearing shorts. I don't love the music in the background. I'm out on that. But I don't know. There'll probably be some kind of a carve-out, some kind of a place for them. But it's seeming like they're kind of finding their ways. The PGA and LIV was at each other's throats for a while, and that's kind of died down. That's backed off.
There's some compromise.
There has been, because if they kept doing that, they're just going to keep driving viewers away, which is that's their bread and butter. That's how they make money. So they'll figure it out, but I don't think LIV's ever going to have anything like the Masters. So I'm looking forward to that in a couple weeks here.
We got some NFL news where Levante David, Bucs linebacker, retired and had a 14-year career.
Good career, really good career.
He got really emotional talking about that career in retirement.
My 14-year career has come to an end, and I feel it's time to, move on and, find a different path in life, mainly being a dad to that amazing little girl over there. Changed my life so much. People always talk about man, you need to have a daughter, you need to have a daughter. You never understand. I'm like, why do you want me to have a daughter so bad? And I'm like, everybody, being a masculine man, you want to have a son. I want a son so he could, follow my footsteps and do, so I can help him become a man. But I knew having a girl helped me become a man, helped me understand what's important in life. And she definitely does that daily. And I'm thankful. I'm sure she don't understand right now, but when she look back, she'll see, it's just an incredible journey. It's an incredible time in my life to be able to just be able to raise her to be an incredible young woman and be the best person in the world and be kind, be generous, be loving, and be caring to people who you come across. And I see it in her already, and I just hope that, I continue to do that.
That's cool.
Yeah. Great way to sum up a great career, and happy to see that he's taking that next step in life. And, a lot of players struggle with that. No matter what the sport is,
no doubt.
When's the right time to step away? Here's Max Crosby, and we know about the Max Crosby situation, getting traded to Ravens,
so bizarre, man.
Back to Raiders, and here he is speaking on some of the comments that he was hearing from Ravens fans.
He's a diva. He said that they sent him on a commercial flight. Bro, I fly commercial 99% of the time. Yeah. Only, why is that a thing? I'm like, people see, he got humbled. He's done it. I'm like, bro, y'all been waiting to try to say something. Because if that's the detail you pick up, bro, I fly commercial all the time. Yeah. I only fly private if I literally have to. That's literally it, because I can do it.
He said that Ravens fans were calling him a liar because when he kind of went through the timeline of how everything happened, he said that he was on a 5-hour flight. Then he was in traffic for about 2 hours trying to get to the facility, and everything unfolded. He said that they were in the comments saying, oh, he's a liar. It doesn't take 2 hours to get from the airport to where he was trying to get to. And that was another part of it there where he said that they've just been on him.
Anytime that
anything.
strange of a sequence is going to unfold, there's going to be he said, she said, that this happened. No, this happened. 99% of us don't know what really happened.
Right. And he doesn't really know what happened.
Yeah, you can hear it, but yeah, that's bizarre, man. That's real strange. I mean, Ravens went out on a limb. They never do that. They never give up picks like that, and then they did.
Well, the difference, too, is Harbaugh's not there anymore.
Right.
So it's a different approach.
And brand new head coach, and you're giving up picks, and I mean, it just seemed all pretty strange, and then they just kind of hit the reverse, and still people don't know what happened, really.
And speaking of Raiders, it's been announced that Vegas is going to host the 2028-29 season. They're going to host Super Bowl then.
Really?
And Vegas hosted a Super Bowl not long ago.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, Chiefs 49ers.
That's right.
And now you see that rotation coming back around.
I've got bad memories of that.
It's from all the new stadiums, and this is why you see all these teams trying to get new stadiums, get dome stadiums. They want a chance
economic boost.
Yeah, want a chance to host a Super Bowl.
Sure.
And let's see, a couple more NFL notes here. Seahawks are going to play that opening game in Australia. NFL is going to play an Australia game this year.
And they're ramping this up, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're doing international games in every country. You get an NFL game. You get it. I mean, they can't wait to play.
Expanding the globe.
That's all they want to do.
That game is on a Wednesday.
Oh, my goodness.
But Seahawks, they're going to be one of the teams.
I'm sure when that random Wednesday comes up, I'm going to be happy that there's an NFL game on that I can watch.
And then Joe Flacco, he just re-signed with Bengals.
He's still playing?
Oh, he's still playing.
Oh, my
but
goodness.
He also says this. He says, believe me, I wish I was a guy somewhere, and I think teams are dumb for not having me be that guy. So he's saying
like
that
the guy? Or?
The guy. He's saying that he should
Okay.
still be a starter, a starting level quarterback somewhere. And he said not being one of those guys to go sign somewhere, yeah.
Interesting.
It pisses me off a little bit, but at the same time, I'm very happy to be here.
You see who we signed for our backup.
Let's see. Who did no, I didn't.
Bridgewater.
Oh yeah,
Brought him back. Boy, you saw what he said. He said, "Man, I'm feeling young again. I'm ready to get back and play."
Of course he is.
Retired, and then he went to coach. I think he coached high school or something like that. And he said, "Man, I'm still good. I can still play." And so he came back, and we just signed him as a backup.
Well, you heard about the situation with high school. He actually got booted, where they not that the team got rid of him, but remember he always said he was available, even though he was a high school coach. Kind of like Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
He said,
He said,
whenever
have an out here.
Whenever the season's over, he's available, and he did that.
Not shutting the door.
But they put some allegations and some things on him where they said,
"Oh, really?"
He was given impermissible benefits
and this and that.
And what it was he gave players rides, or he would go pick them up if they couldn't make it to practice or whatever the case may be.
He's giving them rides.
Yeah, he's doing everything he can to put these players in the best position, make that school successful.
Yeah, he's such a criminal.
And Florida, I think there were some laws in Florida.
You can't do this, can't do that with those players. And he's like, I don't have time for this. Yeah,
and
I don't blame him.
So now he's an NFL player once again.
There you go. We need him. We definitely need a backup.
We'll come back here on Out of Bounds and wrap everything up. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Nathan Monin. Stay tuned.
Soccer fans, listen up. Experience Fayetteville, Arkansas is giving you the chance to win 2 tickets to see Club America take on Tigres in the Golden Clash, happening March 28th at Donald W. Reynolds Razorback Stadium. In a FIFA year, international soccer in Fayetteville is something special, and you could be there. Stay tuned for your chance to win and experience the Golden Clash live.
This is SportsCenter.
The number 9 Arkansas softball team used a 5-run 4th inning to break open Tuesday's game against Central Arkansas, winning 11-2 in 6 innings in Conway. Dakota Kennedy's 2-run home run highlighted that 4th inning for the Razorbacks, who scored 4 more runs in the 6th inning thanks to an Ella McDowell solo home run, RBI double from Tiana Bell, and a 2-run double from Natalia Rio. Up next for the Razorbacks, a series against the Florida Gators in Fayetteville that starts Friday night on ESPN2. The Bears will host Austin Peay for a 3-game weekend Series starting Friday. Moving to golf, Gerardo Gomez fired a 7-under 64 Tuesday. He helped the Arkansas men's golf team finish 4th at the Valspar Collegiate Invitational. I'm Todd Pierce for the Buzz Radio Network.
We got the big deals at the Big Rock. The Big Rock.
It's the declaration of deals at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton. We're going to take $11,000 off Grand Cherokees, and we've got the new Compass starting at just $27,995.
Terry, it's Wrangler season. Tell them what we're going to do about those.
This year, Jeep has reduced their factory-based price by thousands. So we're starting new Jeep Wranglers at $34,999. So come see us at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram in Benton.
The Big Rock Benton.
U.S. Truck Accessories, your #1 Central Arkansas source for truck accessories, specializing in camper shells, bed covers, spray-in bed liners, trailer hitches, steps, grill guards, bumpers, lift kits, and much more. With professional installation on all products they offer. Locations in Conway and Searcy. U.S. Truck Accessories offers their customers twice the service. Locally owned and operated by a military veteran since 2002. Visit in-store, online. U.S. Truck Accessories. Work hard, play hard.
FanDuel, in partnership with Oakland Sports, is now available in Arkansas. With FanDuel, you can get in on college hoops action any night of the week. Because Oakland Sports, powered by FanDuel, has all your favorite college basketball bets, from points to rebounds to which team you think is going to win. Plus, you can even combine your bets into a same-game parlay for a shot at an even bigger payout. And for a limited time, new Arkansas customers get started with $300 in bonus bets, guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. So just visit FanDuel.com/Arkansas to sign up today. That's FanDuel.com/Arkansas to get started with $300 in bonus bets when you place your first $5 bet. Play your game with FanDuel, now available in Arkansas. 21 plus and present in Arkansas. First online real money wager only. $5 first deposit required. Bonus issued at non-withdrawable bonus bets which expire 7 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Roseville is your headquarters for pool and spa chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is ready to get your pool balanced and swim ready with Pool Life and Bacosil Pool Chemicals. Luxury Pool and Spa is also a proud dealer of Polywood Outdoor Furniture, Climate Tough Materials, Color Stay Technology, and the 20-year warranty. If you're thinking about a hot tub, they have the amazing Caldera hot tubs in stock on their showroom floor. Live the life of luxury with Luxury Pool and Spa. LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Burroughs and Mr. Frank's is a long-standing iconic luxury eyewear shop in the Heights. They are family-owned and operated opticians that feature high-end designer eyewear that you can't find anywhere else. And when I talk about big-time brands, listen to this. Cartier, Gucci, Salt and State Optical. Plus, they have all their lenses from high-tech lens crafters Zeiss. They make lenses for cameras, telescopes, microscopes, and yes, glasses. Burroughs brings a family atmosphere and super service to take care of everything. Find them at 5901 R Street in the Heights.
Arkansas, your moment has arrived. DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino, is officially live in your state. Now you can make every matchup even more exciting with same-game parlays, money lines, player props, and more, all from your phone. It's safe, secure, and easy to use. And to get things started, new Arkansas customers can bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. No waiting, just non-stop action. Powered by America's top-rated sportsbook app. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 1037TheBuzz. New Arkansas customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 1037TheBuzz. The crown is yours. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of Southland Casino. Gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call or text 1-800-522-4700. 21 and over. Arkansas only. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
The circle of life includes death. Prevent your cubs from pawing and clawing. For wills, trusts, POAs, and more, hire the Lions. There's no one better to protect your pride than our pride of Legal Lions. For exceptional communication and exceptional results, hire Lion Legal to come roaring to the rescue.
I'm here with Laura Beth from Kaufman by Design West. Kaufman has over 7,000 square feet of beautiful new home decor pieces and design specialists on staff. See, that would be important for somebody like me who is design challenged.
Yeah, we have design specialists on staff and everything you need, from lighting to flooring, designer hardware, and more.
And gift cards are available too. Check them out now. Kaufman by Design West, out west past Taylor Loop, 14900 Cantrell Road.
Or visit us online at kaufmanlumber.com.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. In his song Against the Wind, Bob Seger writes about growing older and yearning for the simplicity of past times. He laments the grind of touring, moving 8 miles a minute for months at a time. He ponders what to leave in and what to leave out. This song speaks for a lot of us and our issues with the current state of college football, with the transfer portal and players always going to the highest bidder. We wish it could be the way it used to be, but it's not. So we're older now, but still running against the wind. Many Doublebee's locations have Chester's Chicken and Big Rock Pizza to get you a fast, delicious meal. And if you're around Clinton or Cabot, you can add some Baskin-Robbins ice cream to that. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies. We work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter Agent Kyle Stone in Pine Bluff, Justin Stewart in Malvern, or Drew Self in Hot Springs today.
Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center in Benton proudly offers compassionate and loving care to our veterans, meeting the unique needs of every veteran who calls Heartland home. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com.
Out of bounds on 1037 The Buzz. Live from the TruService Credit Union studios. TruService Credit Union. Membership has its rewards with low rate auto loans, competitive mortgages, and one of the lowest interest rate credit cards in the nation. TruService Credit Union. Online at trueservice.net.
Welcome back to Out of Bounds. Last segment here. Joe Franklin, Trip Keeter, Nathan Monin. Some NBA news. NBA is looking to expand, and Vegas is one of those markets they're trying to get into, which would be a new market. Seattle would be a former market that they're wanting to get back into. And so they're looking to take that next step for NBA expansion.
Yeah, and I think it's a long time coming that the NBA returns to Seattle, because that's been a market that's been really starving for basketball, because they haven't had the Supersonics in almost 20 years, because the Supersonics are now the OKC Thunder. That's how, the relocation went.
It's been 20 years since they've moved to the
Yes, it's
Oklahoma
been
City.
20
Yeah.
years.
It is crazy to think about.
Time.
Yeah, so there was I didn't even know there was such thing as an NBA Board of Governors.
Oh, yeah.
But I didn't know that was such a thing. But they approved a vote earlier today. It was right before we started the show, actually. They approved a vote for the league to explore bids and applicants for expansion teams exclusively in the markets of Las Vegas and Seattle. And I saw a separate report as well from our old friend Nick Walters. He used to be here at in Little Rock and KARK4. He mentioned, let me find it again because
Vegas specifically, because that's where he is.
That's where he's at now.
Market.
So Vegas is looking to potentially also build a new arena, which is a little interesting because Vegas is not shy of having a lot of arenas that can host basketball or NBA games. In fact, that's where that's where the summer league is every year. And
they
also
host a bunch of conference tournaments.
Yeah, and also that's where the NBA Cup championship is played every year as well at T-Mobile Arena. The T-Mobile Arena has been around for, I think this is 10th year. They host the Vegas Golden Knights hockey team.
It's amazing they've been around that long.
Yeah, and so that's like an NBA-ready arena, but with this expansion in mind, they could also move forward plans to build a new arena for that NBA team.
And Seattle has been making plans all along where they've kept and renovated that arena so that when the time comes, they'll be ready.
Absolutely, yeah. That the way they rebuilt that arena from the inside, basically, it wasn't just a renovation. It was they completely rebuilt that place. I think it used to be called Key Arena. Now it's Climate Pledge Arena. They host probably the coolest name in all of professional sports. Do you know this team name, Joe?
Oh, yeah, the Krakens.
It's the Seattle Krakens. It's insane. It's
unique, if nothing.
An amazing name, yeah. And the way they laid out that new arena too, with like their new scoreboards and everything, it's nothing like any other arena. It's really, really unique. It's basically like a modern pyramid, essentially. It's really, really cool. So I think to me it makes sense, especially Seattle, because those fans adored their Supersonics for so long, because that team was around for about 45 years before it left for Oklahoma City.
They won championships.
And
so OKC winning this past championship, they wanted to separate that, but there were franchise championships already.
Mm-hmm.
But now they're saying, no, they want to separate it, and this is Thunder. This is their championship.
Yeah.
No, the franchise has won championships before.
Right.
You can't separate it.
Right, and I think the league has done something similar that the NFL did with the Cleveland Browns, because remember the Browns, once upon a time, they moved to Baltimore and became the Ravens. However, the Browns later came back as an expansion team in the late 90s, so what the NFL did was they kept the Browns' history in Cleveland and let Baltimore be an entirely new team in terms of that history. So I think the NBA has done something similar with Seattle and the Supersonics, making Oklahoma City its own franchise in a way where it has its own history right there in Oklahoma City. Whereas in Seattle, when the Supersonics come back, because that's probably what they're going to name the team once they have that expansion.
Same colors and everything.
Same colors, same branding, same everything, and hopefully same history.
Yeah, it's interesting to see when cities do hold on like that, because we saw a case in Houston where it didn't happen. When they moved before they became Titans, they were Tennessee Oilers. And they kept the same color scheme, which they've gone back to with the new uniform.
That also came down to Bud Adams as well, who was the owner of the Oilers, kind of being a little greedy with this team, because remember, he wanted a whole new stadium at that time. He wanted to completely replace the Astrodome, which was, I guess, by then was becoming an obsolete building. It was still a playable, venue to play football games in, but he didn't want it anymore. He wanted a multi-purpose giant dome for, I think, the Rockets to play in and the Astros. He wanted Oilers, Astros,
everything.
Rockets all in one building. Yeah, it would have been
Hey,
insane.
but they do it for NCAA tournament. That's the whole
Thankfully,
deal.
the games have been good. It hasn't been just absolute horrific.
Well, they haven't gotten to that point yet. For Final Four, it's going to be in a football stadium.
Depth perception's horrible.
So MLB gets started tonight, and it's going to be Yankees Giants, and this is a Netflix game. We've seen Netflix jump in with all sports.
Screaming.
And then tomorrow is opening day for most teams, where you have 11 games going on. But tonight, focus on Yankees Giants, and it's on Netflix.
Go Tigers. I'm excited.
Oh, yeah.
Got an MLB ticket. I'll be watching. Sure.
Good deal.
All right, we got 4 games tomorrow. We got Hogs. We got Texas, Purdue, Iowa, Nebraska, Illinois, Houston. What do you think?
For the most part, I would.
Lines are Arizona 7.5, Purdue 7.5, Nebraska 1.5, Houston 3.5.
Yeah. So as far as the lines, maybe you go with some of the underdogs there.
Sure, good value on the dogs.
But as far as
outrights,
outrights favorites, pretty much.
You don't think no upsets, no.
I think Texas could be that one team that
Okay.
gets the upset.
Okay,
I think
that
they
would
could
be if the Hogs could advance. I think they would love to see Texas.
Oh, they would. Yeah, they would love to see that matchup.
They've kicked their heads in twice already this year. I mean, three. Normally, you don't want to play a team 2, 3, 4 times, whatever it is. You beat them twice. I think they would be an easier matchup than Purdue.
Oh, they absolutely would. But and they know each other well.
Right.
When you get to this time of the
got
year,
some film. You've already played them. You know what matchups feel like.
Conference rival. You know what it is.
Man, you got the best coaches still left. These Sweet 16 matchups are.
Oh,
juicy.
especially.
I mean, they're really solid.
Especially in that East region.
Oh yeah.
Where you have all the championship winning coaches.
You got Izzo. You got Hurley. You got
Patino.
Oh, they're going to give Shire and Duke. I mean.
So Hurley, he called out to UConn's fans saying, cheer for St. John's because we want to match up in the next round. Could you imagine Cal calling out to Arkansas fans to cheer for Texas and we get that matchup? It's not happening as far as cheering for it. But
Right. Man, I want the Hogs to keep close. I really do. And I think they can. It's one basketball game. Anything can happen.
That's all you have to do is win one game this time of year.
You're going to have to shoot well. Arizona's deeper. They're bigger. They're better in the paint. But Hogs have Acuff. Acuff's been more fun to watch this year than anybody. I mean, he's fantastic.
Everyone, stay tuned for Drive Time Sports coming up next.
Around here, reputation matters. That's why homeowners and business